Hi guys, welcome to lesson number 17. This is going to be the final video that I'll be making for you guys. So yeah, it's going to be, I'm kind of sad to make it actually, but I want to go over this strategy, okay, of mine. And you guys are going to actually hear a lot about it. There's actually 16 live trades in this particular lesson number 17, where I took them all basically back to back for the purpose of these videos over a few weeks. Excluding the ones that I trade for Twitter and for YouTube, these are the ones that I made specifically for you guys. And I actually went 16 for 16 trades, believe it or not. And one trade was where I broke even only, and they consist of three quarters of them. So 12 of them are long positions, four of them are short positions because I wanted to give you guys a good mix of everything. And the strategy is very simple, guys, and you're going to hear me talk a lot about it, okay? You're going to hear me talk about it tons. I just want to explain to you guys the same strategy that I will be using every single time in pretty much every single video. I'm going to wait for a series of price action where I'm getting a lower low, okay? A lower low to enter a long position. And then on the RSI, what I will wait for is I want to wait for this one to give me a low, but this one right here gives me a higher low. That is it, guys. That's the strategy. It's that simple. And you guys are going to hear me talk about it in tons of detail throughout the live trades. So, what we're looking for is a series of a lower low for price action and on the candles, but what you want to look for is a series of bullishly diverging. So what this confirms is that there's going to be an uptrend because we're gaining strength in the market. So guys, once again, welcome to lesson number 17. I am so happy that you guys have finished all 16 classes thus far. And more importantly, I am so happy that a lot of it makes sense to you guys. Please don't ever hesitate in the least to reach out to me and ask me about a lot of different questions, okay? I want to make sure that you guys understand this content. I want to make sure that you guys know it very well because at the end of the day, you guys are my students. And the last thing that I want is for you guys to not feel like, or for you guys to feel like I'm not approachable. So please, please ask tons of questions. There are no such things as dumb questions. I will be extremely patient for every single question that you guys ask, and I'll definitely be sure to get to them within 24 hours. So that's how I plan to go long on every single time frame. And I specifically trade for the 5 and the 15-minute time frame for the daily when I go long. When I go short on the 5 and 15-minute time frame, what I look for, guys, is the opposite. I look for, whoops, this kind of messed up a little bit. I look for the complete opposite, and I'll show you guys, okay? I look for a series of a higher high for price action, right? But on the RSI, what I actually look for is a lower high, okay? So it goes down like that, and then this goes like that, right? So even though we get a higher high for price action, what I actually get is a bearish divergence because it's actually giving us a lower high, which indicates that strength is being lost in the market. And I'm also going to incorporate a lot of different other strategies as well as to why I went over these trades. So thank you so much, guys, from the bottom of my heart for, first of all, being a part of this class, and secondly, supporting me wholeheartedly. I'll be sure to produce a lot more content with the ultimate goal of basically improving your game. Because at the end of the day, guys, I just want you guys to have a lot more time on your hands. I want you to be able to pursue a lot of the things that you might not have had time for before. We all have the exact same amount of time, right, guys? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. How we make use of it is entirely up to us. And I firmly believe that this course could really change your life, guys, if you put in the hard work and the time. So without further ado, let's get into these live trades of mine and let's talk about it in high detail for these trades. So thanks again once for joining me, and let's get into this next class right here for lesson number 17 with a bunch of live trades. Okay, so here's a classical example of me shorting Bitcoin Cash right now, okay? And the reason why I shorted it was actually very, very simple. The reason why I shorted it was because the 5-minute RSI was just simply too high. So let's see how this is actually going to play out right here, all right? Let's see if people are actually going to sell it. So the strategy just simply goes like this. When the RSI is too high, you simply just short the market. When you start to see it bearishly diverge, and it actually starts to take a tick downwards on the histogram. So let's see how far this is going to go down while we also narrate the level 2 action here. So we see that, excuse me, sorry about that. We see that a lot of red is actually they're trying to drive it down right now, okay? Lots of red in the order book right here, right? Tons of red. So we keep taking a look at it right now, and the lowest that it got right here was 177. I'm not really happy with 177, even though it would be a $90 profit, right? I'm going for, keep in mind what my strategy is. My strategy is going for very small gains that add up, okay? So now we're just taking a look at it and we're just trying to be extremely patient. We're on the 5-minute chart here. I'm just going to take a look at it in micro detail to see how this is actually playing out right here. Yeah, I think it's going to make one more tick downwards, definitely, to about the 172 range, roughly. Probably about 172, I'm guessing. So we're just going to hang tight now and we're just going to wait to see how this is going to play out. So we look on the 15-minute chart, it's actually getting kind of high already in terms of RSI. And also what we're noticing is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves already right here, right? So let's see how this plays out. So now we're getting to about the 185 range right here. Let's take a look at the 3-minute chart here. Oh, my throat's really dry. I don't have any water around me though. Yeah, Bitcoin is, trying really hard right now to rally. Very, very hard to rally right now to 10K. I don't think it's actually going to hit it yet though. Okay, don't mind the sound in the background. I've got company over. So we see Bitcoin Cash right now. It was definitely bearishly diverging earlier. Okay, definitely bearishly diverging. So we see it just kind of looking like that right there, right? Lots of people are actually more so selling than buying. This is a sign of bearish divergence where you're connecting it at the top right here, okay? Now it ticked up just a tiny bit over here, but what we want is for it to tick down a little bit more than that, okay? We see on the 5-minute, it's definitely still ticking down to the negative histogram, but let's see how far this actually goes down. We do have the first sign of a bearish candle here, right? This is definitely a bearish candle where people are seeing this as a hanging man. If we actually go to Elliott waves, just on these particular waves, we actually see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 already that have simply formed. So let's see what else this is going to look like in the level 2 order book. We see kind of at a standstill right now. Not too many people are actually selling, right? It's a very, very slow moving market right now. And usually that's how Bitcoin Cash is. It's just very, very slow. We've ticked down $1 right now, actually $2, okay? Somebody just drove down the market right here. It might actually mean that Bitcoin is coming down here as well. So we're in the 178 range already, okay? There you guys go. So I was technically right so far. Let's see how this is actually going to come down here. I just want a quick few bucks, right? Just a few, honestly, just a few quick dollars. Let's see if this is going to bounce a little bit. We definitely see the stair stepping, right? We see the stair stepping where it's looking like a stair, but it's, see how it rounded off here? That would have been the perfect place to actually short the market right there, okay? Just to short the market right around where it starts to plateau out right there. So now I'm only up a few bucks, which I'm not really that happy with. Let's just see how much this is going to go down. So I do believe this is definitely going to go down a lot more than that, okay? Now let's see if I'm actually right about it. Now, if I take my profit right now, I'm actually up already like $70, but am I happy with $70? Oh, weird, I got logged out. Let me just log back in here really quickly. Sometimes when you go AFK too long, you end up logging out yourself, right? NH2. Just talking about my CAPTCHA. Okay, sorry about that. Just give me a second. Getting my 2FA here. Okay, there we go. Should be okay now. So Bitcoin Cash is still at 178 that we see here. Okay, I'm going to open up another screen as well so we can also take a look at Bitcoin simultaneously. Okay, So yeah, that's Bitcoin. So we're still at the 179 mark. There's not really a lot of interest in terms of selling it right now. So I might actually be just inclined to close my position because I don't think it's gonna get too much lower than that actually right now. Let's have a look though, okay? Are we actually gonna round off right here? It looks like it's definitely bearishly diverging hard. That's my opinion, okay? I mean, this does look like there's 5 waves up here going up already, okay? If you guys take a look, like it really does look like 5 waves already, actually. So I should probably just hang tight right here, okay? Honestly, I should really just hang tight, stick my ground, because if I do Elliott wave, as you guys can see here, just check this out, okay? If I do out my Elliott wave, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and I see 5 waves just like that going up, right? So now we're at the 177s, so it's 174. So there you go. I actually made the right choice. So let's just keep taking a look to see how much lower this is going to go. This guy's got a really big wall there, which is very discouraging. So I'm just gonna put mine right above his slightly, okay? 73, just slightly above his, because I want to make sure that my positions actually get filled. And there you guys go. I just made $145 in front of you using my strategy. Pretty good strategy, right, guys? So what is this strategy again? We have to talk about it so you guys remember it, okay? We're going to talk about it after every single trade. First of all, you look for this type of bearish divergence, okay? You look for this type of bearish divergence right here, right? That's what you look for first of all. You look for this bearish divergence on the histogram that is actually leveling out, okay? Just like that. Secondly, what you're looking for is a flattening out right up here, okay? A flattening out right up there, like that, okay? So this is definitely a bearish divergence right here. We look for the histogram that flattens out. We look for a series of peaks right here that simply just can't get any higher as well. And you're simply just looking at on the 5-minute chart, right? 5-minute chart, we also notice on the 15-minute chart, we see this very small step case right there. And that's it, guys. You just keep repeating this strategy over and over and over and over and over again. And you end up making profit over time. So thank you very much for joining me for this one, and I'll come back when there's more of an update. All right, so here's another live trade example where I'm trading Ethereum Classic because I see that it's a little bit overbought, right? And because it's extremely overbought, in my opinion, what we can easily conclude is that there's going to be a fairly dramatic ending. I'm not really playing a big position for this one. This one I'm only playing about $5,000. So let's see if it's actually going to fill my position. The reason why I shorted it is because it's definitely bearishly diverging, right? If we just take a look right here, we just see it certainly bearishly diverging, and this looks like a lot of people are definitely wanting to sell it right now. So, it's not a lot of profit, but I'm trying to show you guys the strategy that's used for this specific way of trading, right? And guys, we take what we can get, right? We don't get greedy with it. So we see definitely more people selling, but the question is this going to hold, right? So the reason why I sold, or sorry, I shorted the market was because I'm seeing this bearish divergence here, right? So that's, one of the rules that we have to see. Another rule that we have to make sure that we follow is that we're starting to see either flattening out on the histogram or it down ticking, right? And we certainly see it down ticking here, right? So we can see it. They're definitely interested in even tanking it even more right now. So if you guys take a look at it right now, my position is just about to get filled. Some guy just actually cut me off there with a little bit, but I'm not too worried there at all. I'm pretty sure mine's going to get filled. So as you can see, I'm just the next guy in line right here, right? It's not a big profit. We're talking like an $80 profit, right? But you know what? It's enough, right? You don't have to get too greedy sometimes. Yeah, you really don't need to get greedy whatsoever. And I'm just trying to show you guys the strategy that I'm using, okay? So the strategy that I am using is very simple. Once again, you are waiting for this bearish divergence right there on the histogram for it to actually stair step like that down or flatten out. And you also wait for a bearish divergence right here, okay, where we're confirming basically two different levels here of it. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted here. Let me just get this in here actually. Just want to make sure that my positions actually close. So, you know, I'm going to market execute it and take the profit. And there you go. So this one really wasn't a big profit at all. It was actually a very small profit, but I'm okay with that, right? Because you know, you think of the course of this, right? This was literally a 7 minute trade, and if you can make $70 in 7 minutes, like come on, guys, $70 in 7 minutes, right? So this is what I do pretty much all day. I just focus on these very small gains, right? I just focus on these small gains and that really add up. So if you're focusing on, you know, anywhere between $100 to $300 profit with my $10,000 positions that I'm playing, you know, if you make them 10, 15 times a day, 20 times a day, it can add up to $2,000, $3,000 a day, right? It's just a matter of hunting for these setups. So I'll be back when there's more of an update. There you guys go. See you. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, I didn't actually catch this one on video, which I feel bad for, but I want to go over it anyways. I'll just show you guys the tweet as well very quickly here first of all, okay? So this was the profit here was $168, and this is the order book, which I'll show you guys on the other screen here because it's already here, okay? So I entered a short position at 25, okay, right there at 25.32, and I was gonna close my position, or I did close it about 24.90, which was actually a little bit premature. I shouldn't have closed it that early. But the reason why I entered this short position, just like the strategy we've been talking about for a while, is that there's a bearish divergence right here, right? As we can see, there's a bearish divergence. This one has a higher high price action than over here. But this one over here actually has a much lower RSI, which implies that you're losing strength. And also, if we look on the 15-minute chart as well, whoops, let me just refresh this very quickly here. Sometimes it does that when I right click it. So sometimes I'll miss the trade and sometimes I'll actually catch them. I apologize for that. So today has been a very profitable day already. I'm up about $2,000 and I've made about maybe 10 trades or something. Actually more than that. I think like 15 trades now, and they've just all been like this. So if you look on the 15-minute chart here as well, what we're seeing is that stair stepping, right? First of all, we see this bearish divergence that's flattening out. So we have to see this as flattening out like that, right? So this is definitely implicative that it's most likely going to go down. And the slope actually changes as well. So we're using a combination of the 15-minute chart and also the 5-minute chart. So once again, we're getting bearish divergence from this point here to this point, right? This is a lower high, or sorry, this is a higher high than the previous candles over here, but the RSI is actually a lower high. So we also look on the 5 or the 15-minute chart here, and what we're seeing is that it's leveling out on the histogram and actually downticking as well. Also, if we were to look at it from this perspective, we're also seeing it bearishly diverge right here, right? It's all about timing, guys. It's all about timing and catching it at the right moment. So that's how I was able to make you know, whatever profit that was there. It was a 15-minute trade. It was about $160-$70 profit. Can't really complain about that, right? I'll be back with more examples for this specific setup that we're learning together. All right, guys, here's another trade that I decided to enter here right now. So I entered this actually not for the same reasons as that specific strategy, but I entered it right around here because I saw it break below the 55 EMA. On top of that, I do see this bearish diverging still, right? Just right over here. So I'm hoping for it to just kind of slam down here very soon for some very, very quick profit here. I don't know exactly how much I'll be making on this particular trade, but it seems like this over here is definitely a support, right? So the support is right around this particular region right here. I don't know if it's actually going to hold or not. I think it's getting kind of low already, so it might actually just bounce up here very quickly. So let's see how this actually plays out right now. Okay, but we look on the 15-minute chart, and you know it definitely does look like it's pretty low already. right? But is it going to round out? That's the big question right here. I mean, we look at a lot of these charts right now, and we see that it's definitely on the lower side in my opinion, and it looks like it wants to break down for one more subwave downwards. So we just keep looking at here, and we see that on the 5-minute chart, right? It's or the 50-minute chart, it's definitely got lots of bearish pressure for it to actually come down. Okay, tons of bearish pressure. And this goes to for the same strategy, guys, right? You look for bearishly diverging RSI, and once you find this bearishly diverging RSI, it allows you to short the market. So now we're just basically waiting. Simple. We're just waiting. And I know that in a lot of my videos, they're mainly shorting. So let's just keep taking a look at the level 2 order book here to see how this actually fares. We see a lot of people just dumping right now, right? We see lots more people selling than actually buying. So now it's just a matter of the waiting game. So let's see if the 1-minute chart can actually stay that low for a long time. Usually the 1-minute chart is really not that indicative, but when you're starting to see a lot of bearish pressure, as in right here especially, right? We haven't really reached anywhere yet for support, so it's still actually very much so wanting to come down right now, okay? Mine's just at the 166 level there, so it's not too shabby at all. So I'm just taking my, if you guys take a look here, right, this is very much so bearish if you've noticed, okay, guys? This is very bearish, and we look on it on pretty much any time frame. This one just happens to be on a higher time frame, on a higher degree, where I believe it will actually go down. So because I believe it's going to go down on a higher time frame, I simply will short it as well, right? Because sometimes on a higher time frame, it's even better because then there's even more chance of making very nice profit. So, oh, okay, let me just refresh this very quickly. Sometimes it does that when you click on the wrong spot by accident. So I might actually just take my quick little $70 profit because I actually got to get going for the day. Okay. Yeah, I might just actually take my profit right here. Let's see how this actually goes. It's not really a big profit, guys, for this trade here, but I just want to keep showing you the strategy over and over and over until it's actually understood, right? Okay, let's see if there's any signs of support and life. I mean, I'm not really far away from my target, right? If you guys take a look here, the target, like my target, it's actually just right below at the 166 level, and there's really not too many people that are buying right now, right? There's people just selling, and we see a lot more pressure for it to actually come down than for it to go upwards. So I can't help but think to myself that it might be a good time to just wait and chill a little bit right now, right? We see some people buying it up slowly right now. Let's see if I can actually just close my position because I do have to get going. Oh, I actually ended up market executing by accident. That's okay though. There is a $71 profit as you guys see. So this will be example number 4, and I'll see you guys very soon for more examples. Okay, so here's another trade that I have now entered, and the reason why, guys, honestly, I entered it is because I see bullish diverging, right? What we do is I personally, I don't care what people say, guys, right? I look for intraday volatility, and I will capitalize on these small gains throughout the day on these very small bounces. And that's my strategy that I've come up with, and it has held extremely strong thus far. On the 1-minute chart, this is a span of a pretty decent time frame when you think about it, right? Like, I mean, we're talking about the span of how long here? Let's just double check here. That's about 16 minutes, right? Over 16 minutes, we're definitely seeing it bullishly diverge right here, right? We're getting it to a bullish momentum going upwards here. I entered it because of that, okay? I literally entered it right there, okay? Right there at 768 because I believed it was going to go up. And there you go. $193 profit. It literally, how much time here, guys? Okay. All right. This was in 4 minutes, right? This was in a 4-minute trade right here. So once again, I looked on the 1-minute chart. I, I'm going to say this to the camera. I looked at the 1-minute chart, okay? And I saw this bullishly diverge on the 1-minute chart. So I entered a trade, okay? Now my risk to reward setup was this right here. I usually don't put it on here because it's in my head already, right? When I entered it, it was right there. And as you guys saw, I targeted 188 right here, okay, for a quick 1% gain, right? 1% gain right there. If you guys were playing with a $1,000 position, right? And you're making tons of these trades a day. Now, I don't know if that's your strategy or not, but I'm just sharing my strategy with you guys, right? Now, personally, it could be anywhere between 1 to 5%, right? A day, sorry, per trade. So if you're making, say, 10 of these trades, even with a $1,000 account, well, you got a chance to get $200-300 profit even on a very small amount. And I don't only short, but this was really the risk to reward, okay? This was the risk to reward right there, right? It was a risk to reward that I had it done in my head already. It was about 2.42. I was going to take my stop loss. Actually, it was lower than that. It was about 2.25. I was going to take my loss. Hey, if it actually came down below 1760. But of course, we saw it spike up right away. And right here, right, this is the bullish diverging right here, okay? The bullish diverging on a 1-minute chart. From right there, we get a very low, we get a pretty low one. Here, we actually see it bullishly diverge right there, okay? So that's an example of what I will be teaching you guys in more in my particular class if you guys just keep this up. All right, so there you go. I just want to show you guys very quickly, like that was honestly a 4-minute trade, guys. 4-minute trade for $200. And honestly, you guys know what I'm doing right now. I'm honestly just chilling and watching Netflix by myself. That's honestly what I'm just doing, guys. I'm just watching Netflix literally all day. I'm watching Netflix all day. And I am just waiting for these opportunities to come up. Could you really call that work? Sometimes I'm playing Dota, sometimes I'm just, hanging with my dog. But yeah, I just sit around all day and wait for these trades, and voila, it's pretty easy. So I'll catch you guys for the next one. See you. Good morning, traders. How are you all doing today? I'm going to show you guys my breakfast because I'm so Asian, okay? I haven't slept yet. This is my breakfast. It's a gigantic bowl of pho that I'm about to go eat this outside on the patio as soon as I finished this trade. So, why did I enter a trade, guys? Let me show you why I entered a trade. It was really easy, and you guys are going to be like, what? That was that easy? Okay, so we entered this trade because Bitcoin is bouncing, okay? Bitcoin is bouncing here, and we're finding everything extremely, extremely oversold right now. So we're simply just going to enter a trade, guys. Honestly, as simple as that right now. There's a guy putting up a really large wall in front of me. I don't like that. So I think I'm going to have to just kind of undercut him right now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He loosened it up. He loosened it up. 252. There we go. We're going to make a really quick trade right now. It's honestly going to be like a $400 profit in this trade right now. So I entered it because, guys, we've been talking about this many times, right? When the RSI gets too low, that's when it's a good time to enter the trade. Also, when we see bullish diverging, okay, when it starts to bullishly diverge, just like that, that's also a very good time to be entering the trade, right? So if you look at this over a very long period of time right now, okay, guys, if you guys look at this over a long period of time, from here to here, and we also see this really long wick, that's actually a very good time to be entering a trade. So I'm just going to wait here very patiently for this to spike up because I firmly believe that people are actually going to buy it up right now. Okay, it's just a matter of a few seconds, I think. Or if not, then I'm just gonna, maybe not right there. Maybe like a little bit lower. Okay, yeah, right here would be a better price for me to put it in here. I'm already up a very good amount, but I just want to make sure that I lock in these profits, right? Just in case Bitcoin doesn't bounce a lot more than I think it might. Because, it is getting kind of lower to the RSI range right now. So if Bitcoin bounces here, then, of course, every other coin should technically bounce as well right now. But it's not bouncing, so I might have just screwed myself up here a little bit, right? It's not technically bouncing yet right now. So let's just be very patient and see how this is going to look. But this does look like we're getting a Bitcoin bounce. So what I like to do a lot of the times, guys, I actually like to look at Bitcoin, right? When we start to see this bullishly diverging right here, as you guys can see, it's also a good sign that the other coins are going to bounce as well. So we have to make sure that we keep a very diligent eye on these kinds of coins, okay? So if we see this bullish diverging right here on the 15-minute chart, we also correlate it to Bitcoin as well. So if we see that Bitcoin looks like it wants to bounce right now, and it certainly does look like it wants to bounce, okay? Everything is reaching kind of oversold zones right now. This is a fairly decent support candle to support it at 9,500. So because it looks like it's about to support it at 9,500, then we also have to assume that these other coins right here look like it wants to bounce as well, right? So I'm just going to put mine at 36 right here. And let's see, this guy's always got a big wall. He's always got 95,918 right there. So it might discourage people from actually buying. So let's see if the people are actually going to buy up into this price anyways, or if there's some sort of hidden wall there or whatnot, right? So we're definitely seeing bullishly diverging across the board here. We got kind of like a double bottom type thing here. So take a look at this, right, guys? We see kind of like almost like a double bottom here. But if you look at it closely, it actually does bullishly diverge, right? So I definitely think that it's actually going to spike up in just a few short seconds here. And we just have to be very, very patient, guys, okay? Super patient right here. So let's see if this is actually going to make me my quick $320 this morning or not. Yeah, so let's just keep waiting here. Let's keep looking. Let's see if people are buying up for Bitcoin, especially right now, right? Are people actually buying up for Bitcoin? Let me just try to check out my charts here very quickly as well. There we go. I'm almost there, guys. There's only 17,000 coins, okay? Almost there right now. We just got to be extremely patient. We look at the demand for Bitcoin, and the demand for Bitcoin says that it wants to go up right now, okay? Let's see if we can actually break a lot of these barriers to get to my particular price point. Are there any hidden walls here? There's not really too many people buying right now, if you guys notice, right? Nope, not many people buying. Yeah, so I think people are actually discouraged to buy because they're just seeing so many large amounts here right now, right? And Bitcoin's not really moving too much right now, you can say, right? It does look like it wants to shoot up though, but it's just a matter of being extremely patient, guys. That's usually how we do it, okay? Extreme patience always wins the race. I might have too much there. Like 8,000 is not really a big amount. That's about 17, $18,000 only. But to some people, it could be discouraging to buy, especially when this guy's always controlling the market. Like he's always controlling it. He's always got his orders there, and he's kind of a dick, guys. I'm sorry to say that. I said a bad word. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. It's kind of closing in here, but not really, right? Slowly, but not quite, 24 finally. Like there's only like 3,000 people in front of me. Just one guy needs to make a big order to spike his order to mine, right? Nope, nobody yet. Very discouraged from doing this right now. So I'm just putting 399. I'm gonna put in like 1,000 at 3 point, 86 or something, or sorry, 2.2382, something like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna spread mine out a little bit to make it look more thin. So it could actually have a chance of spiking upwards, if that makes sense. Okay. So now this guy loosened up his wall, if you guys notice, okay? It's very important that you guys notice this. So we've been talking about level 2 for a very long time now, and we noticed that this guy just loosened up his wall very quickly, right? People are actually buying Bitcoin now, if you guys notice, okay? They're buying Bitcoin, okay? It's definitely going upwards, 520, 522 there, which also means that IOTA should also have a correlation with it very soon. Despite not a lot of people buying right now, the 24-hour volume for IOTA is actually extremely low, but nevertheless, it's definitely going to spike up in my opinion. It's just a matter of time, okay? Let's just be very, very patient with how this goes. 4, 5, 4, 5, 6 or something like that. I'm going to put up another 2000, right? Just spread it out a little bit to make it look like it's actually not as congested at one specific price point. Does that make sense, right? We want it to look like there's really little resistance to go up. You don't want a guy with a big 8,000 wall there just blocking everybody. That's not really cool. You don't want that at all. So Bitcoin is actually going up a little bit now, 95.23, okay? 95.23. IOTA is kind of going crazy in terms of the people just changing their orders up, right? There's a big stack right there, okay? There's 1,000, right? At 95.22. He's really trying to drive up the price right now, okay? He was really trying to drive up. There we go. It actually spiked up heavily right now. We're now at the 95.42. IOTA should probably spike up in a few short seconds here. There we go, guys. See, did you guys notice how IOTA was starting to spike up there because these guys actually made a big order, right? This guy flashed an order on this side right here. And because he flashed an order of literally 1,000 Bitcoin, all right? Did you guys see that one order? I actually recorded it, so I'm gonna go back and show people that 1,000 one, right? That was kind of crazy. He flashed 1,000 Bitcoin. Like, how much is that, guys? 1,000 times 95.39. He flashed a $9.5 million wall, okay? So here's me just coming up over here at 39.99, right? People are now starting to buy. I've got a few left over here, right? I still have my 2,000 walls over here. So this is going to be a very decent trade in the morning so far. Cannot complain about that in the least, guys, okay? So this one's going to be put at 24.7. 247, just undercut this guy by a tiny bit over here, and we should make ourselves some pretty decent profit. I definitely want to undercut them, right? I definitely want to undercut them. 244, 245. There's some pretty bigger amounts right now. 244. Let's undercut here still at 226 right here. Actually, 215. Okay, let's see if 215 will do anything. It's actually not that much left. So yeah, because it's actually not that much left, I'm just gonna put in some orders over here. I'm actually just gonna close my orders by selling like this, okay? You can actually just drag it and drop it to come down like that, okay? And then there we go. We're done. That was a very easy $272 of profit in a few short minutes of trading. Okay, that was in about 11 minutes of trading. Can't complain about that, right? 12 minutes of trading. So let's go over exactly why I went in this trade. I went in this trade because of this right here, guys, okay? I believed that it was double bottoming out right here, okay? It was double bottoming, right? One bottom, second bottom, and also I believed that this was looking upwards like that, okay? And what was my risk to reward ratio here? My risk to reward ratio was a very small one, to be honest, okay? I was targeting literally that price right there, 245, which was the purple EMA, and we're going to expand this outwards. I entered it at a very low price, I would believe, okay? So my risk to reward ratio from a long perspective, it was at, I entered at what again? To like 220-ish, right around there. Yeah, 220-ish is where I entered it. I actually entered it at a really good price, like right around there, right? And I targeted the purple EMA, and I would have actually taken a loss like around 218. So the risk to reward ratio was actually very, 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 very nice in my opinion at 1.64. So I'll be back when there's more of a trade opportunity, and I'll see you guys very soon. I'm just gonna take my profit in front of you guys, but not before I tweet it, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna tweet this and make sure that Twitterers, I always make sure, guys, that Twitter sees my profits because I want them to know that I'm a good trader, and I also want them to know that they can do it as well. And that's to inspire you guys. That's why I put up these trades. These trades are put on there to inspire you guys and to let you guys know that it's actually very easy to make profit in trading once you actually learn how to do all of this, if you guys know what I mean. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, so I'm in a trade right now. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys the trade. And I'm actually in a short position. And the reason I'm in a short position is because I simply see the RSI too high, right?
I usually enter these short positions whenever I find that the RSI is too high. I start to see the stair stepping that we've been talking about over many videos, right? The stair stepping here. And the same also applies to go long, we have to keep in mind, okay? So you guys see how we reached the peak for the RSI there, and then now it's about to downtick, right? It's actually downticking fairly heavily right now. So this looks like it's a fairly good place to be taking some of my profit. It's not going to be a lot of profit, right? But now we also let's say we take a look here as well. Okay, let's look at the 3-minute chart. We see that it's about to actually do a MACD crossover onto the negative side. So because it looks like it's about to do all of these things right now, right? I'm fairly confident that it's actually going to get to my price right here. It's not going to be a lot of profit, to be quite honest. Okay, it's going to be just a little bit of profit, but I just want to give you guys a taste of what we can actually do. Okay, so I'm actually just coming up right over here. I didn't actually get a lot of my positions filled when we were coming down, but you know what? It was enough, right? It was definitely enough for me to be happy. So I'm just going to put my position here for 5.99. And let's see what we can actually get our positions filled at over here, okay? So it definitely looks like it's coming down, right? You guys see the momentum. You guys see it coming down right over here, right? You guys see it definitely looks like it wants to come down a little bit more. Just a tiny bit more, and it's actually going to fill my position here. It's not a lot of money for this trade, to be quite honest, okay? But I just want to get in as many examples as possible. And we got also have to keep in mind that they're not always going to be the most positive trades, right? I would be lying to you guys if I showed you guys trades where you're only going to see me make a killer amount. I want to actually give you guys realistic trades as well. For example, this one here is for I don't know how much is it here. Let me just double check my position size here. 600 times 25. I'm in a $15,000 position right now. Okay, let's see if this is actually going to down tick right now. So we're just seeing it come down very, very, very slowly right now. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see what's actually going to happen. So we don't really have too many people selling off, right? We see some people selling off at the 0.41 range, right? And if we take a look at the cumulative amount, there's actually only 1,600 tokens until it actually gets to my order. So 1,600, whoops, 1,600 uh, it's maybe I'm making a wall there. It's $40,000, right? Like a guy only needs to dump literally $40,000 to get to my position, right? Which is really not that much money when you think about it, okay? It's really not a lot of money. Like um in the grand scheme of things, like it's not really a lot of money. We're just about to see this MACD crossover to the negative side, and once it crosses over to the negative side, it's a fairly powerful indicator to give us a gauge of that it's going to go down, put it that way, okay guys? There's no way it's going to go up. It's just a matter of waiting right now because the momentum has all been lost already, okay? So let's take a look at how much profit this would actually be if I were to actually, enter a trade here. Okay, I have 600 coins. My base price is 26.06, I think, right? 25.069, 25, 5.069. If I closed it at 24.96, it's only a $60 profit, guys. It's really not that much money, right? $60 profit, but you know what? Whatever. $60 is $60 sometimes, right? So it doesn't look like it's actually going to be doing that big of a crossover, unfortunately. The 5-minute chart is not really wanting to come down either. Yeah, so I don't know if it's actually really going to come down right now. Doesn't look like there's that much steam for it to come down, right? There's just not that driving force for it to come down. There's not really a large sell-off for anything either right now. People are actually buying more than they're selling right now, okay? So if we take a look at it on the 15-minute chart, how does this look? Very, very slow. Like it's double tweezer top is actually what it looks like right now. Okay, looks like tweezer tops right now. So there could definitely be some momentum for it to come down still. Maybe we just gotta wait. Okay, maybe I just actually I'm getting not greedy enough, and I should probably lower my limit a little bit more, right? Oh wow, I did lower it more, and a lot of people actually ended up dumping. So I made the right decision actually to do what I've done so far. Okay, so this is a pretty good trade. It's not the best profit, but you know what? Yeah, not really the best profit, but I'll take what I can get, right? Sometimes I think it's going to be like a $72 profit or something like that. Not too much at all here. I'm actually kind of the bigger whale according to that screen, so I might want to move down my price just a little bit here, okay? 914, yeah, I can move it down a little bit. Okay, well, the 5-minute chart looks like it wants to cross over, but more importantly, we gotta take a look at the 1-minute chart to see where it's gonna bounce, because I use that as a very good indicator. Yeah, so 994. Oh, I almost closed my position. Did you guys see that? 922. I'm gonna try to get mine. I'm gonna try to overcut this guy here. 39 right there. Okay, now there's a lot of people actually rushing in. Yeah, there's a lot of people rushing in to try to fill their position. Take a look, right? So these guys are incredibly interested in defending at this specific price right here, right? So I got to make sure that it's understood that I will be the next guy in line, right? There's a few ahead of me right now. There's a few guys ahead of me, but I want to be the next guy in line, okay? So I will undercut him if you guys notice, right? He only had a 92, but this is a very competitive game, right? We got to always make sure that we keep updating our prices over here. There we go. So I'm still undercutting. We're still competing for bids right now, if you guys notice, right? There's me at 46 right there. Nobody's really selling yet right now. 46, 51, right? 54. So we're actually fighting pretty hard for the bids right now. So I think I'm just going to close my position by doing this. There we go. It's not really the best profit. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But you know what? These are not the lessons where to show you how everything will always go right. A lot of the times, these lessons will be here because I also want to show you guys real life scenarios, right? So this is okay. $67 profit. I will take my profit here in front of you guys, and I'll catch you guys for the next segment when there's more of a live trade. Okay, see you soon. All right, lesson video, guys. Never short on the first top, only short on the second peak, okay? This is the second peak right here, right? Right there. See the second peak right there? Also, the histogram simply cannot get any higher, right? Right there. Notice it? It's starting to stair step down. That is where I decided to short the market, right? I shorted there, and also this was forming a tweezer top, so this was guaranteed to come down. So I entered a position there. It was a really crappy profit, but at least I'm up $1,000 finally today. This is like my 7th trade of the day, taking my $110 profit in front of you guys. This was like a 15-minute trade. So once again, always wait for the second peak, never the first one to short. Fibonacci, Fibonacci, Fibonacci. So we have actually retraced an exact 0.618 Fibonacci according to the Fibonacci retracement and sequence of numbers. Is this a powerful enough ratio for it to actually hold? Remember that the Fibonacci number, the golden ratio, is found everywhere in the universe, ranging from the way the galaxies are spiraled, to the way our genes are helix in a coil, to the way our bodies are proportional. Is this actually going to hold right here, or will we actually drop to the channel support down to 9,000 to 9,100? I'm not sure if I'm willing to take a chance quite yet, but we will see. Alright guys, I decided to enter a live trade right here, okay? Now why did I enter this live trade right here? I simply entered it because, guys, we have hit the 0.618 Fibonacci number according to this right here. if we take a look, if you guys remember the golden ratio that we've been talking about, every time we get to the golden ratio, a lot of people will actually be generally interested in the price. So because we have hit it right now, I'm personally willing to risk some money to actually try to make a little bit of money as well. Let's see how quickly we can make a few bucks, okay? Now this one here, I entered it because of right here, guys. I firmly believe that this tiny little stair step right here will actually be enough of a reason for us to start uptrending. I'm just opening up another window here. Just give me 2 seconds. I apologize for the wait. So, okay, so we see that Bitcoin is actually looking pretty good. It's actually looking very strong. A lot of people look like they want to buy it up right now, right? So naturally, I'm very inclined as well to start looking to see if this is actually going to bounce. This is actually trending up a little bit from 93.07. We see it looking fairly decent right now, and people are actually starting to buy as well, right? They're starting to look like it's starting to buy right here. Not too many people though, right? There's a lot of hesitation as you can tell right here, okay? So I might be a little bit of a bigger player, but you guys see that these algos are actually kicking in, right? They're starting to stack up their bids right here. Some people are slowly starting to buy as well. But will it actually be enough of a reason for people to start buying? Okay, there's nothing happening in the order book right now. It's more so just retail investors, right? So let's see if this is actually going to bounce up. 310. It's definitely starting to go upwards right now. I've got mine at 1536 right here. So if this actually does go up, it's going to be quite a nice little uptrend. 310 right now, people are starting to buy. They're starting to see that, hey, this actually might go up right now, right? I'm going to probably put mine right there at 62 instead, okay? I'll put mine right at 6.2. I don't want to look like I'm a big wall or anything like that at all. So now we're already trending up to the 1497. I'm up by $250 already right now, okay? Now we see at 310 right here. Right there we go. I'm actually just about to close my position here at 1562. Okay, it's just about to spike up. I can just sense the market starting to spike up a little bit. I think that I'm going to be able to close it. Maybe I'll actually only put, say, 5,000 there, and I'll put mine a little bit lower at 15, or sorry, I'll put here 4,099. Okay, I'll put that right there at about 2.1535. Gotta have good hand-eye coordination for this. And let's see if this will actually spike the market. Are people actually interested in buying? Let's just definitely have a look right here and just be extremely patient with everything going on, okay? Let's have a look right here. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna buy. It certainly looks like it's about to spike up here soon. There's really no path for it to go other than up. Do you guys see this side right here? There's actually a lot of people that looks like it's about to just go upwards, right? So you guys can just see, excuse me, the natural progression of how this is most likely just going to spike up as well. It's just a matter of being very patient, guys, honestly. Very, very patient, okay? And it's just waiting to see how this goes right now. So let's see how much higher this can actually go. I wish I got it around the 209 ranges. If I got a 209 range, I'd be up like $500 right now. Be a pretty nice little profit. No, people are still selling. People are still selling. Interesting, right? Some people are testing the waters, right? This guy's putting up quite a bit at 1470 something right there, right? He's got 5,600 there now. That's actually quite a big order. It's actually very discouraging right now for it to go upwards. So we just got to give it a little bit more time to see how this is going to go. But once again, I entered it because, guys, we reached the Fibonacci level. So we spiked up there a little bit. So this should naturally spike up a tiny bit as well, right? I've got mine spaced out here. There's not too much resistance. There's only about 16,000 there. This guy's a bigger player, right? He's the annoying one with 5,000 right now. So they've actually got to chip away at the guy with the 5. Oh, they actually did. They just literally chipped it away. So now we're at 93.17, right? It looks like it's actually going to bounce a little bit, right? We are at a fairly decent Fibonacci level right now. So let's see, guys. Let's see if this is going to bounce upwards. All right. Let's go to the 1 hour and see. No, 1 hour, no signs yet. No signs of a reversal yet. Are we catching the exact bottom? Yes, we are catching it, guys. We are catching the bottom right there. Okay. There's massive signs of bullish divergence. That looks like it's clean across the board right now. Looking pretty darn good in my personal opinion. Now, all we got to do is just chip me away, okay? I'm the guy that they need to chip away because I'm the one with a $10,000 order there and also another $10,000 order there. And there we go. We just started to chip away a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna actually move mine to 15.2, just like right here. Okay, I want to be the next guy in line that actually ends up selling it. 15.2. I want us to go to 14 for this one. Actually 15, 10. We'll say 15.10. Let's see if I can actually get mine in there sold, right? So now there's not too many people buying right now, but I do believe that this is definitely going to trend upwards incredibly soon, just in a few more seconds. Okay, there's not that many people buying. Right now, this is the time where people, okay, there we go. We just spiked up to 93.20, right? We spiked up to 93.20, so we should see a small spike here very, very soon as well, okay? These guys are the ones blocking me, which I really don't like too much, okay? There we go. I did it, guys. I just made $278. Hey, yo. Pretty good, right? So how long did this trade take? This trade actually took 12 minutes for $278. So let's go over this one more time, why I actually entered this trade. I entered this trade because we hit the 0.618 Fibonacci number, okay? This is the 618 Fibonacci number according to Bitcoin right now, right? And also, I've entered this trade because that's honestly one of the main reasons why I entered. And also because the 15-minute chart, I remember checking it earlier, we did start to bullishly diverge right there, right? That's a very good sign of a bullish diverging right here, okay? And also on the 5-minute chart right here, right, we're starting to bullishly diverge as well. We also double bottom there. So here we go, guys. I'm just going to tweet this because people hate it when I tweet my profits right here, okay? Just going to tweet my profits right here in front of you guys. Actually, no, I'll do it when I'm done. So hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. See you guys soon. Bye now. Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing today? So we are going to be taking a look at another live trade here right now. And let's take a look at why I entered this live trade. I tried to actually catch it when I first started entering it, but unfortunately that simply just didn't happen, guys. I'm sorry about that. So the reason I entered it was simple. The RSI on the 1-minute chart is simply too high. And also the RSI on the 5-minute chart is simply too high as well, right? So I'm gonna just simply target around 13, say $13, right? I'll go for 700. I tried to get 1,000, but it just didn't work out. I don't want to put 7,400 there. I definitely don't want to do that. Whoops, I meant to buy at 13 right there. I think it might actually make one more small attempt up, right? But not really that big of an attempt. So it's kind of cool sometimes when you can make like $100 in a few short minutes or something, right? So I'm actually right here already. Super quick trade, guys. Like I literally entered this trade here. You guys take a look, right? Right there at May 19th, actually. That's the date. Okay, I haven't traded EOS in a while. I entered this trade at 7 in the morning. That's basically 2 minutes ago. And I answered it once again just because the RSI was too high, guys. It was honestly just too high on the 1-minute chart here. The 5-minute chart is reaching kind of high as well, and it already rejected like 20 something cents, okay? And my position is just about to get filled right now. Like it's literally just about to get filled. I'm the next guy in line right here. So come on, I just honestly want a quick $100 and I'll be extremely happy about it. So if you look on the 3-minute chart as well, right? Like this is what a scalper does, guys. They look for volatility like this
where there's lots of activity, first of all, right? And big rejections like that. So take a look at here. I want to explain to you guys the concept of a hidden wall, okay? If you guys take a look here, these guys are driving down the price at 13.07, right? But if you notice here, the limited quantity, the total, and the amount here is actually not changing whatsoever. Keep a look, keep an eye on it, right? 868.81, but you see all these guys still selling it, and nothing is actually being sold. And what this is it's actually a hidden wall, okay? It's actually a hidden wall. And the concept of a hidden wall is this right here. See this right here where my mouse is hidden? I'll put my mouse over it. This option allows you to place an order into the book, but not have it displayed to other traders. Okay? Place time and priority is the same as displayed order, etc. Blah blah blah. So finally, 13.7 got shattered. So now these guys are still selling to the very, very low side. But now some people are actually starting to buy up right now, okay? Starting to buy up slowly, but we do see a pretty large rejection candle. So the question is, how much more will it actually go? So do I want to take my very, very quick profit right now? That's the question, right? Is it going to actually end up driving the market up even higher? It might even end up going to 13.06, or sorry, 13.4, I'm guessing. Yeah, so that's definitely a possibility. So I'm going to try to close my position actually, because I don't think that it's actually going to get any lower. When I don't think it gets any lower than that, I kind of just try to take in my profit as quickly as I can here. I lock in whatever I can. Hey, I'm cool to make this kind of trade, right? Where okay, you guys have to put this into perspective, okay? So I made a 1.85% gain on my very quick trade. And this was literally a 5-minute trade, okay? I'm going to show you guys the power of small trades over time and why they're extremely important for you guys to consider how this strategy works. So the way this strategy works is to basically take a lot of trades throughout the day, right? Well, we don't know how many setups we'll end up finding, but my strategy basically revolves around taking advantage of heavy volatility, right? So I'm just going to pull up my spreadsheet here for you guys. So my risk to reward was, not the best, right? But keep in mind, once again, that I did enter at about around 7.5, I think that was my average, right? Yeah, 11.75-ish. So my risk to reward for this short position was I actually caught pretty much the peak, if you guys notice, right? The peak right there. So my stop loss was pretty much right around there, right? And I targeted about 13.075 there, 0.5. So yeah, the risk to reward was about 1-to-1. A little risky, but it was such a high probability play of it happening. Why would I not take it? And if you guys notice here, it actually dropped a lot more. So if I actually did wait a little bit, I actually would have made almost twice the amount, right? I would have made like about $150 instead of $90. But guys, let me put this into perspective for you, okay? Let me get my spreadsheet out very quickly here. This is loading actually. There we go. So I entered a short position for 750 EOS, which was 750 at 13.175. I closed it at 13.075, 13.075, and my stop loss was roughly about 13.25, like there, around there. So my stop loss was pretty good. Actually, would have been more like 13.3. Nah, I was trying to get 1-to-1 pretty much, right? So yeah, my position size was about $10,000. Not the biggest size, right? But it's super small gains, guys. Like we're talking super small gains, right? 0.72%. Well, let's say instead of playing with a $10,000 account, okay, guys, you played with I don't know, like a $1,000 account, okay? Yeah, sure. Like and obviously I made way more than $71. I don't know why it's saying that there. Maybe something is a little bit off with my formula because I clearly made $89 and my fees are not that much. So, but let's just say you played with $1,000 and you want to grow it small, right, every day. If you focus on a 2% compound growth per day, right, you can actually get it pretty substantially large. And if you, make 1 to 2 to 3% profit-wise trades a day, like let's say you took about 5 of these trades a day, which they're very easy to find, and that's what we're trying to show you guys. Or that's what I'm trying to show you guys. There's no we. right? If you take 5 trades a day and you average it out to 2% profit per day, well, think about it, guys. That's 10% profit on your $1,000. You just grew your principal by 10%, which is a very substantial amount in my personal opinion, right? So yeah, could you complain about a 5-minute trade where you made literally $90, guys? Like honestly, can anybody complain about that? $90 profit in literally 5 minutes of trading. Like, come on. That's what a normal person makes in a day, right? Really, that's what a normal person makes in a day. Like 90, I don't know about you guys, but in Canada, right? 90 times 1.25, that's $112 Canadian a day, right? Divided by 8, they're making about $15 an hour, which is yeah, you got to go to like college at least to make like $15 an hour, right? I don't know what a lot of jobs even pays that, like in Canada. I know some of my drafting friends, like who graduated from, say, mechanical engineering technology, right? That's pretty much the wage that they're working on to draft in the technology industry for engineering, right? Whether it's electrical engineering technologist or mechanical engineering technologist, etc. Um, yeah, they're or civil engineering technologists, right? They're drafting anywhere, making a salary between $15 to $20 an hour, even like on their first few years of trading or working rather. So, am I grateful for the $90 gain that I made in 5 minutes? In 5 minutes of trading? Yes, I'm very grateful for it. So I'll be back with more videos for you guys later. See you. How are you all doing today? It's now May the 19th. It's Saturday, about 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. I tried to fall back asleep, but it simply did not work out. So here we are, 5 in the morning, doing a technical analysis. So the way that I manage my swing positions and my day trading positions are extremely different. The way I manage my swing positions is I will definitely manage my risk a lot more than I would for, say, my day trading positions because I want to take some profit at specific times for swinging and add more to my positions. So it has a lot to do with managing your positions. Whereas for day trading, very different mentality, right? So here was my day trading position, kind of a swing. It was a very small position to me. I took a $17,000 position, 2 Bitcoin only, and I took it at May 17th there, right? And I closed my position later in the day, or sorry, later the next day. So I took at 11 on Thursday, and I closed it at about 4:45. So that's like a how many hours trade, guys? I can't do the math. Like a 7-hour trade, right? So I took a 7-hour trade. I'll show you guys my Excel as well, okay? It's just opening up here. Give me a second. There we go. So this was my position right here. Okay, I took 2 Bitcoin at 80.57 and I sold it about 82.39. So 80.57 and I sold it at 82.59. So this was the setup that I basically took, right here. Oops, my stop loss was actually at about, I think 79.50 or so like that. And my target was 82.59. So this was the profit that I took, right? So once again, just to clarify, this was about an 8-hour trade, I believe. Or sorry, a 16-hour trade. I bought in at about 80.57 on Thursday, and I closed it just yesterday at 82.40-ish, right? Or 82.39, whatever. Sorry, 82.39. So I yielded after my feeds even I yielded $257 of profit yesterday, right? So it was a decent day. When I take a step back from day trading, I don't really trade as heavy as you guys have noticed, right? But I still look for these high probability plays. And when you find these high probability plays, you'll certainly end up having a much higher chance of winning, especially when you are looking and hunting for volatile coins that have a very high chance of going up, and you also seek these low risk, high reward gains, right? So you look for these great risk to reward setups. So my personal philosophy is that I don't mind taking even 1-to-1 risk to reward ratios, okay? I don't mind personally because my probability of winning is high, right? So my personal win rate is somewhere between, you guys might not believe it, right? But it's well over 70%. We'll just put it that way. I don't want to throw out some big numbers because it might seem unbelievable, but because I'm looking for these high probability plays, right? Risk to rewards of 1.0 or even lower than that to me sometimes is acceptable. Now, it may not be acceptable to a lot of people, right? You guys might not have the same type of tolerance for these types of risk to reward ratios. But if you guys search for these really good risk to reward ratios, there's no doubt in my mind that you'll eventually be very profitable, right? How could you not be profitable if you're looking for high probability plays? So with a very, very good chance of it leaning towards a direction that you think it's going to go. So this was a pretty good risk to reward ratio, 1.7 to me. Max loss was less than 2%, which was good for me. My gain was about 2.2%, right? And my max loss was 220. My gain was actually 357.55. So I'm still holding my positions. These actually never came through yet, right? Right there. I'm holding, I think, 4 Bitcoin right now. It's in a non-margin account, of course. If it goes a little bit lower, I'm definitely going to be interested in it, right? This was my swing position right here from 82.50, right? So I'm definitely interested in buying even more as it drops a little bit lower and lower. What I'm getting to is, guys, you don't need to trade heavily the way that I'm trading, right? I'm only doing that because I enjoy it and I see it as a video game. And other than that, like I really enjoy trading, but you don't need to trade or overtrade all the time, right? You can just easily take a step back, look for these high probability plays, and eventually when you find them, you just keep taking these good setups and you'll be profitable. I mean, I'm cool with honestly playing video games all day. That's pretty much what I've been doing a lot lately, right? I'm still a kid, keep in mind, right? I'm not going to change who I am. I grew up in the Atari generation. I grew up in the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, Dreamcast. Like I'm part of that generation, right? I'm in my 30s, so it's kind of in my blood, to kind of play games still. And because I'm Asian, of course, I'm going to play a lot of online games as well. It's just in our DNA. That's just an Asian joke. I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, if you just honestly, $300 a day keeps a real job away. Even $100 a day could actually keep a real job away when you think about it like that. Now, 500 a day, you'll be doing really well. I personally average, a good amount, but heck, I'll be happy if I make $350 by literally doing nothing. I'm back, guys. Let's do another live trade, okay? Shall we? So I haven't entered it yet. I've been waiting for you guys to actually get here with me before I entered it here. And I'm going to enter it because I want to short IOTA, I believe. Let's start off with 1,500 coins. I'd like to start with like a 3K position about. If you guys take a look at it, like it's really, really hurting right now. Like it does not want to go up any higher, guys. I'm sorry to say, but let's try to create like a wall here. Let's just put like a $10,000 wall here. 173. So here's my wall right there. I have a $10,000 wall, which I might actually slam down. Yeah, I think I'm gonna slam it. No, I didn't need to slam it down. Someone's actually buying it. But 7.3 is a little bit too low. It doesn't make sense, right? When you can actually move up the price just a little bit there. They changed this, guys. They changed this because this was never like this before. Like it's completely different now. If you guys notice how the order screen here, right? It's completely different here, right? It tells me like everything that I have here, but I don't mean to do like that. It's super weird how it's changed. Anyways, yeah, so it's a little bit high on the 5-minute RSI. One of the main reasons why I'm shorting it, guys. Okay, I see on the 5-minute, it's getting a little bit too high still. I do believe that it will end up driving down, even if it's just a little bit. I'll be pretty happy. You guys just gotta take a look at this, okay? The MACD just does not want to really uptick anymore, and if it does, it's really dinky the way that it's doing it, right? So let's just enter a position here and see if we can scalp a decent position. You guys also see the 15-minute RSI, right? Is definitely getting a little bit high there. Okay, someone just spiked up my price right here. Nobody wants to sell. That's for sure. That's something we have to keep in mind, right? I've only got a small position up right now. Okay, very, very small. But let's see if we can even drive it down to 8.0, for example. Okay, super small position we're playing here right now. It's only 10K to me. Which I'm sorry if that was rude in any way. I meant to say to me that's a small position, right? Yeah, like even if I were to buy it right here, It's a pretty decent scalp in my opinion, like very good scalp. I don't know why I can't right click this. All right, let's go back to here now on the 5-minute chart to see how this is looking, right? It's looking pretty good in terms of the way that it's angling upwards, right? But I do believe that this is going to actually make a leading first wave diagonal. Yeah, it just totally looks like it to me, like a first wave diagonal leading. So high the RSI, guys. Like, yeah, if that actually ends up breaking through, I'll be really surprised. Okay, if it does, it might even get up to here, right? Might get up to like 83 or something. Then eventually it's just going to shatter down. And this is on a 5-minute chart as well, right? Where I'm placing it. So if this were the actual wave right here, all 5 waves are done, guys. I'm sorry to say. All 5 waves are officially done right now. We have also reached the peak as well. Okay. So yeah, I can't help but think that it's eventually just going to come down right now. So you guys know what I mean, right? Let me show you exactly what I mean in detail, okay? Because my goal here is to make sure that you guys are educated when it comes to learning about different patterns, right? I want to make sure that I show you guys as much as possible because that's the ultimate goal of these lesson videos for you guys. So a leading first wave diagonal is something like this, okay? It works into a pattern shape like that, okay? I'm actually going to drive down the market a little bit more now because I'm fairly confident that my technical analysis is right. So you guys cool with me playing with another 5,000? I think you guys are okay with me playing with another 5,000, right? So let's market sell this. Not market sell it rather, but you know what I mean. I meant to limit order it. Okay, so I'm getting for another $10,000 position, which will mean that you know what, people are driving the price down. Like just sense it, okay? No one has really bought in a long time, right? Think about it, guys. If you made 10 trades a day, okay, and you're paying the maximum maker fee, which is 0.2 each way, right? So 0.2, so you have $20,000. Well, you guys do the math. That's $40 one way, $40 another way. That's $80, right? If you're making 10 of these trades a day, that's $800 in profit that they're cutting into, right? So you got to make sure that you minimize these expenses as well by making sure that you're always trying to get the limit order fee as a maker, right? Not as take, or sorry, as a maker, not as a taker. So if you guys are not familiar with the way fees are, yeah, right? If you are the one actually making the order and you put it in the book, right? You put it in the book, you're paying the lower amount of fees, right? But if a guy is actually selling, I'm actually going to drive the price down right here. So you guys see me just pushing it down, right? Because I'm confident. I'm confident that it's going to go down, right? So why wouldn't I do that? 999. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. 9999.99. So the reason why I put 0.99 at the end every single time is because I personally believe, or not, my mind's kind of a mess right now. I'm looking at the price right there, right? And I was going to say what I think is going to happen. But the reason why I put 9999.99, I leave a little amount left is because when my orders actually close, it will actually reflect, okay, guys? It will reflect very, very well and quickly as well, my actual profit that I made. So right now I'm literally just at 8-0 right now. It's this tiny, tiny little movement, okay? Like we're talking about the smallest movement right now, but I gotta refresh this window because I actually can't get to it right now. See, notice how it fell down? And it broke out of this wedge pattern, okay? Do you guys see it breaking out of this wedge pattern right here? All right. Cool. If you guys notice, some of my orders actually filled already, okay? So now I'm gonna fill up some of the rest of the orders, right? And next person who sells will most likely be me, the person that ends up getting it next. But there you go, 3,000 sold. I'm up $132 already, or much more than that actually. And now let's go to 7946, okay? 7946. We'll sell the other 3,000 left over right here, guys. And this should be an easy $200 profit, right? Super easy $200 profit. Yeah, guys, that's how I roll. $183 profit in 9 minutes, right? Yeah. Once again, this was $183 of profit, guys. In literally from 812, that's when I started the trade and I finished it at 821, okay? So let's go over this in very high detail. These lesson videos is for you guys to improve your skills as a trader, right? The ultimate goal is to have as many of these videos as I possibly can make for you guys so you guys will thoroughly understand my strategy that I use. You guys have seen many of my live trade videos already, right? I am a very transparent trader. I like to make sure that you guys understand the method behind the madness. And trust me, there's a method behind it. So let's go over this one more time, right? Why we went over this trade. I'm not sure why this is not actually letting me click on there, right? So now it's dropping. So the reason why this actually ended up working out is because to me, this is either right, this is not an impulse wave up, right? I see this as a possible leading first wave diagonal or even an ending fifth wave diagonal, okay? So we have to understand our patterns first of all, and this broke down beautifully, guys, beautifully. If I actually held on a little bit longer, it would have been a $300 profit. So the reason why we entered this trade, guys, is because the histogram right here, okay? The histogram right here was honestly just not going up high enough, right? This little downtick to me right there, as you guys notice, that's where I entered it, was the reason. Well, actually, I'll go to the 1 minute chart to make sure. So once again, though, before we go there, histogram was starting to downtick, right? It's also starting to bearishly diverge here, despite the higher high price action as well, okay? And then on the 3 minute chart, same thing as well, right? We're seeing this bearishly diverging. We're seeing the histogram not tick nearly as high as well. We're seeing it starting to downtick. And if you guys remember where I entered the trade, let me just double check it here. I entered the trade right there at 812, okay, 812, which is about where's that right there? 812, right here, this candle. So I literally nailed the top, okay, guys? And the way that I nailed the top is because this one here was leveling off. You have to notice with a very keen eye when things start to level off, okay? This right here is leveling off. If you see it leveling up from this candle to this candle over the past 3 minutes, and when looking at the level 2 order book, we can easily sense that the momentum was changing, right? The momentum was changing. We saw a lot of red in the sell orders. So naturally, people want to sell it off, sell it off, sell it off, sell it off, okay? So because I literally caught it right there, I entered it in front of you guys as well. I justified everything, right? We were able to snatch a very quick trade. And if we look at the risk to reward ratio for this one right here, it was actually fantastic, okay? Let me just show you guys what the risk to reward ratio would have been. So I entered it there. I probably would have set my stop loss for higher than the wedge pattern, somewhere like right there maybe, right? And I targeted right around here for an easy 1-to-1. Actually, I'm higher than a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So yeah, that was the trade setup right there. So a rising wedge, okay? We're gonna get back to this, okay? This is what a rising wedge is for the people that don't know. This goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It kind of likes to make 5 touches like that in there, but this one really didn't make it, right? It almost did, but didn't quite. I guess you can count that as a touching there. So what we see right here is boom, 5, and then it breaks downwards like that. And then the next thing that we do is assume parallelity, right? After the wedge breaks down, we'll assume parallelity first in a channel, and then, hey, what do you know? It pretty much hits the channel right there. Now it's most likely going to bounce up a tiny bit, I'm guessing, but not too much. But anyways, that was a really easy 1.38% profit, guys. I hope that you have found my strategies very useful so far. But to reiterate one more time, because I want you guys to be very clear, right? We're starting to see this histogram starting to downtick right there, right? That was a sign, guys. This is a downtick right there, okay? So that would have been a really good place to enter a short when you see this candle form. And that's exactly what I did, as you noticed it, right? And then we see the bearishly diverging on the 3-minute histogram, the bearishly diverging on the 5-minute RSI, the bearishly diverging as well on the histogram right there, okay? And we also see, even if you guys look into, um, remember the crossing over strategy? The crossing over strategy happened about, you anticipated earlier, right? And then you short it, easy 1% gain. So you guys make these 1, 2, 3% gains per day, even starting with, say, a $1,000 account, right? You make, say, 2% average per trade. Well, that's $20 per trade, guys, on a $1,000 account, right? And you focus on these high probability setups. You look for really good risk to reward setups, right? Once you get higher in terms of winning percentage, you can take these riskier trades as well, right? It's kind of the way that I adopted it, my philosophy. So I love to make aggressive types of trades that normal people wouldn't take, guys. As you guys know, I'm a huge risk taker, right? I believe that without risk, there's literally no possibility of a reward. So you have to make sure that you're aggressive sometimes with these shorts or going longs, right? And I hope that you guys are also finding some short opportunities as well. I apologize if some of these trades are mainly short oriented, but guys, it's so easy to catch the top compared to catching the bottom, you know? We catch the top just by watching it bearishly diverge. It's like, okay, people are going to sell off now. So I don't know why I adopt that mentality, but it's a lot easier for me to trade that way. I'll be back when there's more trades. See you guys later. Bye now. Let's do this. Let's get into a live trade. I'm actually not in any live trades yet, but the reason why I'm very tempted to enter a live trade right now is because, okay, so first of all, what I simply do is I hover around the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart. This is get an idea, first of all, of what the 15-minute chart is looking like on Bitcoin. And we've actually now entered into kind of short-term bearish territory, right? And we have to remember that from the moving average strategy of ours, when it crosses below specific moving averages, like this one right here, there's a very good chance for us to actually downtrend, right? So we're going to look at the 5-minute chart. 15-minute charts, none of them are bullishly diverging quite yet. They're actually steadily dropping, but IOTA's actually got a pretty good chance of bouncing right now. Ripple's got a good chance as well as bouncing, but do I really want to play a tiny little gain like that over 15 minutes? No, I really don't. There's just simply not enough volatility today to be playing anything other than EOS. So I'm looking at mainly EOS right now to see how this is going to look. 15-minute chart looks like it is bullishly diverging, guys. That's the thing right now, right? Really tempted to enter a 20K position, I'm thinking. Right, we did look like it's slightly bouncing here, but is Bitcoin going to bounce above these levels right here? That we simply do not know, right? Are we actually gaining strength here as well? No, we're not gaining strength at all. Okay, we got to look at a very big picture here. Okay, we got to see that this is pretty much at the exact, a little tiny bit of strength, right? Tiny bit of strength, but not really quite there yet. Okay, I mean, are we getting blocked out anywhere with a resistance? Yeah, definitely we are right here. Okay, so now we got to ask ourselves, is this actually going to make a descending type of triangle, right? So now we got to wait for this pattern to kind of play out on EOS just to give it a tiny bit of time. If it pokes out of there right now, it would actually be a really good place to start buying, okay? So we got to be looking at the Bitcoin charts and the EOS charts right now. I'm actually going to buy like 1,000 or something. Yeah, like 1,000 or something, okay? Yeah, I'll buy 1,000 right here in front of you guys. Let's see, first of all, though, if this is actually going to sell. Let's see the pressure first of all, right? We see Bitcoin, there's a little bit of pressure here. There's some buying pressure, some selling pressure for here. So I don't really know if this is going to bounce it or not, right? We have to give it some time over here. Just got it. We got a bullish pin bar here on a 5-minute chart. But of course, to me, that's not really the biggest signal to be entering a trade, right? I don't really want to enter blindly like that, but let's just dip our feet, get a little bit wet right now at 12,899 in case someone does actually sell. Right, 12,899 is really not that low over here. We keep going back to Bitcoin and we see the fluctuations in price. Use the market depth of visualization right here to see which side has a bigger wall, right? So we clearly see that this side's it's pretty even actually right now, back and forth. Okay, so this one here is actually going up. So I'm kind of feeling like it's time for me to actually enter a position. So I just bought 250 right there, which is a $3,000 position. 15-minute chart, nothing really yet. 30-minute chart, 10 minutes for a candle to form. It is rejecting on the downside, but on the 30-minute chart for 10 more minutes, it's actually got to close above $13, and I don't think it's going to do that. So let's just keep looking at this and see how it goes, all right? So finally, we see the pressure over here come down. Bitcoin probably dropped, yep, to 8,200 as predicted. Not really in a big position, so I'm cool with this right now, okay? Yes, we are dropping below the 55 EMA right now, okay, on the 15-minute chart. I just want to, just briefly see what this guy is doing here as well on a 1-minute chart. Yeah, down tick's pretty hard actually. I think I'm down like, it's not really much at all. It's a quarter of 3 cents, whatever that is. On 1,000 or 250. Okay, So yeah, we're steadily just bouncing, guys, like right around this zone right here. So I kind of want to buy another 250, honestly. But is that wise? Okay, is that wise? I'm just trying to evaluate and just say this through in my mind, right? Right here, a lot of people would be like, "Yep, this is gonna make a falling wedge right here." It's so funny how people say that, right? They're like, "Yep, it's gonna make a falling wedge right here." I don't know why all this stuff ended up coming up here afterwards. I don't really care about the ticker. Like, I know what ticker it is, you know? Who cares about the symbol description? Obviously, we're looking at EOS right now, okay? Let's go a 15-minute chart here as well. Let's just see. Bullish pin bar is forming right now. This is making, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually. Wow, it's actually finished 5 waves right here. Leading first wave diagonal characteristics, indeed. Yep, this did make a leading first wave diagonal. Yeah, I didn't even see that until now, okay? Yeah, it's certainly making it right there. Right, it made it already. Honestly, it made it already, okay? The leading first wave diagonal was actually made already, or this could have been seen as almost a channel as well, right? Depending on how you look at it. So do we see this as breaking down like that, right? It's so tricky how we can look at things like that from different perspectives sometimes. So I'm just going to try to put in another 500 actually, because I do believe it's going to bounce, guys. Like I just have a feeling it's going to bounce right now. How's the 1 hour chart looking? Pretty bearish actually. Any other symptoms of possible support soon? Nothing really yet, so I'm not going to really add more to my position yet. Let's take a look at over here as well. Yeah, we see it right at the 100 moving average, right? I mean, right at the 100 moving average, it's just looks pretty good to me, in my opinion. Bitcoin right now on the 30-minute chart, same kind of issue. It's not really rounding off quite yet, but the 15-minute chart does have a slight chance to actually go up right now. It did reject a good, how much here? Rejected a good like $38 there pretty quickly actually, which is big in the grand scheme of things to Bitcoin right now. So EOS is still fighting, guys, at the 100 EMA on the 15-minute chart, right? Bitcoin actually broke below it already. So we have to keep in mind that what Bitcoin likes to do, or what Bitcoin does, a lot of coins actually end up doing it as well. So we see it spiking up right now to a little bit higher. So I'm actually just going to put in 9.13. Actually, two. Sorry, I don't want to pay the fees. So it's by another $6,000 worth to be in about a $3,500 position. Yeah, that'll be okay. I'll be very, very happy with that. But we got to always check up on Bitcoin to see what it's doing. So do you guys see it fluctuating right now between the 8,200 and the pretty much 8,203 and 80 to 8,204 there. So there's only like there's a 1 cent spread right now, which is, you know, it's not really indicating any type of specific direction, but Bitcoin is indicating direction here where we're getting a higher low on the 15-minute chart, right? Which to a scalper is actually very significant in my opinion. So now we're just waiting to see who's gonna do what in the market. It's sometimes a very long waiting game, guys. And these trade videos where I'm narrating like this, a lot of them from the beginning, they're not going to be available, guys, to the public. It's only for you guys. I hope you know that. So this does not look like it wants to tick up actually. So I cancel my limit order. I'm down $10 right now, but I'm cool with that. I don't mind being down $10, guys. It's only $10, right? We're waiting right now very carefully to plan when this could possibly bounce up, okay? So, and we also see this massive sell wall on EOS, right? It's 6,000. It's not a lot, but there's definitely more on this side right now than there is on this side. And the bigger side usually wants to push it over to the other side. So Bitcoin is still fighting right now. Lots of pressure to come down right now, guys. Lots of pressure, I'm telling you, okay? There might even be a hidden wall somewhere that we just don't see about as well. 82, right? Somebody just slammed up the market there a little bit. Somebody bought at 82.05, if you guys saw there, right? Did you guys see that? 82.05, right? Still lots of pressure right now. Yeah. So, oh, that's a big sell pressure right there. There's one guy market executing. You know that it's one guy market executing because of simple reasons, like it's all the same second, right? Take a look, guys. It's all the same second. That actually ended up spiking up. So I'm going to buy this right here. Did you guys see that? That was me spiking it up there, right? At the 42nd, it was all me. These guys spiked it up by $5. So we should actually see a pretty decent increase in price right now. I actually ended up buying it at 901, which is actually a penny less than that, but a penny is it's a lot in the grand scheme of things. So now we're at the 208 region right here, right? Take a look. We're at the 208 region. We've gone up $6, which is significant because it does actually increase the volume and the way that RSI is calculated. We have to keep in mind that RSI is simply calculated by 100 minus 100 and multiplied by 1 minus RS, right? Where RS is equal to the average gain for that specific time frame divided by the average loss or the average down that specific time frame. And we do see RSI whenever you get a lower high, right? Or sorry, a higher low than right here, you get a higher low, then that simply means that the market is definitely interested in it after it's doing its calculations. There we go. We spiked up a little bit there, right? EOS should probably spike up a little bit here as well. Watch. We see Bitcoin go up, right? By like, honestly, it's not like it's a lot of money, but we haven't really hit the 8213 yet. There we go. First guy, 8214, 8213 right there. We should actually see a reaction from the market very soon here from these other coins as well. So I'm in a 750 EOS position. It's not really much. I want to round it off to about 250, okay, or exactly 1,000, and I'm okay with this position for now. Let's leave it at that. 9201, 9204, 9205, 9206. People are competing for bids now, right? 9207, see 926, 924. People are competing for bids, so which is actually a very good thing to do, right? I don't know why it's asking me if I want to do that. Obviously, I want to do it. There we go, 930, right? So Bitcoin's still at the 13 range right now. So right now, there's still a lot of liquidity. Unfortunately, because of the liquidity right now being too high, it can also imply that because of the difference in spread is too low, it can also imply heavily that the demand is too low because the supply is too high, right? So yeah, no one's really selling right now. People are buying, right? We upticked from the 202 region to 215. We're getting a fairly bullish candle right now. We ticked up absolutely. Where's the RSI resistance on the 15-minute chart on BTC? It would actually be right around there. So even if it got to about right there, I'm anticipating a bounce right now to like 86, 82, 61-ish, right? 8261 range. This might actually be ABC already, right? We've actually hit this specific region right here already for Bitcoin. We've hit the 0.5 Fibonacci level, okay? Definitely interested in Bitcoin around these particular price zones, okay? Notice my EOS position did not get filled, but we did end up spiking up a little bit right here, okay? I'm going to buy another 250 because I want to join the crowd, right? So now I'm in, how much is a 1,000 EOS position? I'm in a 12, 13K position right now. Very, very happy with my position. I'm going to target simply around, let's just go for about 1303, okay? Yeah, let's go for 1303. All right, just 13.03. It's not a lot of money, guys, but you know what? It's going to pay for the bills. It's going to do more than pay for the bills by the time we're done, actually. We're going to go for 999.99. I always put less than a small amount than what I actually have because it reflects my limit orders, okay? And because it reflects my limit orders, it'll actually show me my actual profit that I made as well, okay? So I think this is going to be my 8th trade for the day. I'm up about 1750 total today. That's pretty decent so far. Actually, no, sorry, I'm completely wrong. I'm up 1250 today, and I've taken only 6 trades, right? I haven't traded for a while today. So this last trade should bring me up to about 1350, 1400, and I'll be very happy with my possible gains. Let's even go to 1303. Sure, let's go 1303, around there. I really doubt that it's going to get to this range, honestly. I really don't think it's going to get there. But we see Bitcoin at, I'm probably, yeah, I was going to say about 8220, I was going to guess, right? So did you guys see my way of analyzing right there, right? Yes, I'm up $12 right now. It's only 0.1%. But did you guys see the way that I'm analyzing this level 2, okay? You got to make sure that you guys are watching the level 2 here because the level 2 will give you a really good gauge of what's happening in the market and the overall momentum. We have to always think about it from the perspective. If you're trying to catch catch the bottom, like the bottom or the top, you got to make sure that you watch this level 2 because the level 2 is going to tell you in real time how I'm actually evaluating this, okay? Make sure that you guys are rewatching this content. Make sure you're studying it as well, especially the reason I want you to study it is because the stuff that I'm saying, guys, it's not really basic stuff, okay? This stuff is I'm not saying I'm some sort of, guy who knows it all. Far from it at all. I'm in the same boat as you guys where we're still learning every single day and I've got lots and lots and lots to learn still. And hopefully over time we can get there together to where we originally, where we want to be, right? That'll be awesome. So now I'm seeing this as a possible ABC. That's actually happened already, okay? So now 5-minute one just got rejected pretty hard. Actually, it's funny to see it. Okay, it got rejected at the $13 mark right there. Not that bad at all. Yeah. Right at 13, it got rejected, actually. Oh, here we are, 13 again. All right, this is awesome. This is awesome, guys. This is so wicked. So we're now at 13, right? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go higher, to be honest. We'll see, guys. We'll see, okay? If it does get higher, and this channel actually holds, guys, we're going to be very, 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 very happy, okay? Super, super happy, right? So this is waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This could just be ABC in there right now, okay? Like, is that actually a chart that I could hold? Like, can I actually make this a channel, okay? Since the 18th, can I actually do that? That's what I'm asking myself right now. Can this be viable right now in some way where we could possibly project it all the way up to, okay, all the way up to right there? Is that actually possible? What do you guys think? Okay, but we don't got the most relevant points, right? Let's consider some trap regions as well. Well, if that was a relevant point now, then could my risk to reward ratio be something redonkulous, like a stop below this trend line right here and a target using a very proportional magnitude or direction rather, okay? Magnitude and direction. It's like velocity, okay? That's what it has. So what if it were a target right up to around there, okay? Now I'm in a position to gain 6% very soon. Guys, 6% of 12K is a pretty good amount, It's a pretty good amount. You can't complain about that, right? Do the math, okay? I'm going to show you guys the actual math of what I could possibly be gaining. I'm up $58 already. Okay, my position is at $12.96. I could be closing it at around $13.75, okay? So if I had 1,000 right now, and I sold at $13.75, okay? And my position is at 12.9, what, 93? 12.9, yeah, 926, I like to be precise. 266, okay? My potential profit right now is literally $818, guys. And my stop loss is probably going to be about, let's choose a round number, 75. Yeah, that's pretty good. 12.75 is my stop loss, okay? So if I take my stop loss here at $12.75, oops, that's not right. 12.75. I've now got a risk to reward ratio of 4.66. So I can only lose $181, really round number psychologically, but I've got a chance to win $818, right? So let's think of it like this. 4.66 risk to reward ratio, right? Let's get it to a better number. Let's be very realistic. 12.6 maybe. No, I don't like that number, 12.65. I want to get it to roughly 725. Yeah, but 4, okay? Let's go to risk to reward ratio 4 as an example. So now let's say that you took, excuse me there, sorry about that. Let's say that you actually, one second. Sorry about that, just had to cough there. So let's say you actually took 4 trades, okay? And you lost 2 of them only, okay? How much would you lose? You would lose $200 at two trades at $200, right? So you would have lost $400 if you took the identical setup pretty much with the same potential gain. But your profit would be $800 times two, basically, right? Which is 1,600. So if you take $1,600, or subtract that by $400, well, 16 minus 400 is still $1,200 profit, right? So we try to focus on winning over time. These small gains, guys, they don't matter. Trust me, they don't matter. In the grand scheme of things, don't worry about them. They're nothing. Yeah, sorry, I don't know if I said these small gains are nothing. I meant to say these small losses are actually nothing. Okay, guys, they are nothing at all in the grand scheme of things, and all that we need to care about is winning it and focusing on it over time. Okay, that is the important thing to notice. So the market is slamming it down around the $13 range right now. If you guys have noticed, okay, it's actually getting to about, what is it getting to right here? Got to 1301, and then it got slammed down pretty hard right now. So we're going to give it some more time and see how this is going to react in the marketplace. Let's see if we actually end up getting some sort of relevant crossover. If so, how high will it actually go? And is Bitcoin downtrending? So Bitcoin actually ended up hitting a wall here, right? It ended up hitting a wall here at the 8230 range, which implies so many things as well, right? Can imply that this wave is still going to go hit like at least an 8100 range. ABC not done yet. Is this candle right here a bullish candle that's rejecting to the upside, right? Or sorry, is it a bullish candle rejecting to the downside? Or is it the next one after a bearish candle that's rejecting? So we really don't know right now. And here I am, actually at break even almost already, okay? 99. I don't know if I want to take this trade anymore, guys. It's seen a lot of hesitation with Bitcoin especially. So let's just say I took my profit at $13, right? So this is how I do it right here, okay? My maximum profit, if I actually sold it at my target 2, is going to be $818 profit. Now my target 1, okay? My target 1 was say $13. If I close it now, I'd make $68. Am I happy with $68? No, it's not cool making 0.53% of a gain on a $17,000 position or $12,000 position, right? So yeah. So let's see if this is going to go up anymore. Like I just simply do not know. Bitcoin is just so much hesitation for it to go up right here. Yeah, but the risk to reward is just too juicy for me to pass up on this, right? Bitcoin as well is actually doing all right. I'm not sure if I want to buy Bitcoin right now, that's the truth. But I do want to buy Bitcoin around, the 80, a little bit lower maybe. Tiny bit lower. But it is rejecting. So that's kind of a good thing right now. Rejecting to the downside, that's a good thing. So here we do see it ticking up on the histogram, but I want to look at it in more detail. So let's actually go to the 3-minute chart here as well, right? So EOS on a 3-minute chart gives us, so do you guys remember me talking about this descending triangle wedge right here, or this pattern? Yeah, it actually broke out of it, right? So we're gaining strength in the market overall, which is a good sign. So the 3-minute chart here, we are upticking, definitely. Histogram looks like it's got some potential to head a little bit higher, okay? Yeah, to head a little bit higher. It got rejected though. That should have been obvious actually to me, but I didn't even look at it, right? It got kind of rejected at the 55 EMA. It's testing it right now, right? A death cross happened, and now we're trying to see if we can actually golden cross back over on the EOS. So yeah, I'm not really sure if it's actually going to break it or not here. So guys, not every single trade is going to be profitable, as I have mentioned several times, right? So guys, what would you do in this situation if you're seeing this type of hesitation, okay? Would you just I could close my position and take about a $60 profit, right? Or I can wait it out and stick to my stop loss, right? So what would you guys do in this situation, right? So what I personally do, okay, is I look for these very volatile setups that have instant gains like that, right? Super fast 1 to 3% movements where I see it in very oversold or overbought conditions. If it is in oversold conditions, like how I feel it is now, right? then there's a good chance for it to gain some sort of heavy volatility and bounce. So whenever there's any type of hesitation like this, I kind of don't like to stay in the position, and I'm more so keen to get out despite having my stop loss, okay? Now, if it were to change drastically on me beforehand and it actually hit my stop loss, there's nothing I could have done about it. But here, right, I at least want to break even. Wouldn't you guys agree, right? So it's because we're seeing a lot of hesitation for it to go down on Bitcoin right now. Tons. No, I don't want to claim my position. I have no idea how that came about, actually. I'm on a BTC chart. Really weird how that came about. Yeah, I've got no idea how that happened, actually. Okay, anyways, so, on the 30-minute chart, we did see this bullish pin bar right there, or that bullish hammer, but I don't know if it's actually going to be enough. That's the thing we got to be really, really careful about all the time, right? Will it actually be enough of a reason for us to stay in this trade? 6 hour leveling off. The 1 hour chart is like, it's something needs to level off. I think I'm being too aggressive with my positions, to be quite honest. There is actually no signs of this leveling off in any way yet at all, except for gaining strength here, right? But there's no volume, guys. Like, the volume is completely gone for the past few days, okay? 5-minute chart just looks horrendous right now, where we hit Constance Brown's RSI rules. It's actually just ready to downtick. That's what it looks like. Therefore, guys, I'm going to make the executive decision here. And unfortunately, not every single trade is going to be a great trade, right, guys? So I'm trying to be as transparent as I can possibly be with you guys. And I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing the good and the bad side of trading as well. And unfortunately, this one, I really believe that it's not going to go up anymore. It's hard for me to, guys. I just see the sell pressure. 5-minute histogram is already leveling off right here as well, okay? I see possibly one more wave down, actually. Yeah, one more. This could be 1, 2. No, I can't have one more wave down. Unless this was 1, 2. Like, we just can't see one more wave down, because if we take our Fibonacci extension, what we see is that wave 3 is actually super duper short. So if there's, yeah, it actually could go one more down wave. Yeah. So now I'm almost too late to close my position. You guys see the sell orders is kind of really, really hammer at it right now. Nothing, once again, is really in overbought conditions at all yet. Okay. Not yet. Or certain oversold conditions. Yeah, but definitely starting to level off here. I'm only up $6 now. I could have actually been up $80, but that's okay. I could have been up way more than that as well. If yeah, I could up way more if I actually wait, right? But I'm not really sure if I want to wait. We'll see. We'll see how this actually ends up going upwards, okay? Huh. Really, really interesting, guys. Like, super interesting to me right now how everything is panning out. 95, lots of pressure to come down. So now I'm actually down a few pennies, right? Or a few dollars, rather. We see lots of pressure for it to go down still. Okay, let's see if anyone actually ends up biting over here. 951, whatever. I break even. I'm cool with that, guys. I'm super cool with breaking even. Look at the pressure. Look at that pressure, the 10 count to come down. Therefore, we break even, guys. Okay, we made a good decision to enter a trade, but all of a sudden, there's new material popping up. There's some guy slamming the wall at 8212 right there, okay? And he's very, very determined to drive down the actual market. So because he's really, really geared towards driving it down, you guys can see right here as well, right? 812. He had a really big wall there, trust me, but I don't know where it is. There's 6 count there. So these guys could actually be just trying to scare the market to drive it down. Strong possibility. But we don't know until a reaction is actually had from the market. And someone bought point 0.1 there, so it's testing right now with an $800 position. Yeah. We see the bulls try to rush in here, and they're actually trying to fight and save the day, right? Bulls are definitely trying to save the day. It seems like 8,200 is a very pivotal place. And these guys just generally seem very interested in this price, okay? Now we see on the 5-minute, the histogram is just so weak right now, okay? We simply cannot break above the 46 RSI. But because we couldn't break above it, we will break above it, in my opinion, okay? Because we're gaining strength in the market. That's what we all need to start understanding very thoroughly, okay? Like, take a look at it. We always discover new things, right? Do you guys see that kind of gaining strength? Yeah, I see that as gaining strength. definitely. I see it going down a tiny bit more now, but it could possibly well break out of this RSI range. And if it does break out of that range, then it's going to be pretty awesome. So now I'm actually down on my position. Bitcoin probably dropped below 82. No, not quite yet. Let's just see how this RSI works out. I always come up with a lot of theories that may not actually hold or stick at all. But hey, sometimes they do. And when they actually do stick, it's a cool thing. But man, guys, I don't like being in these positions where I'm taking really, really risky trades, right? And now I'm basically gonna break even or take like a $20, $30 loss, which I still don't like. But hey, it's c'est la vie, right? We're now seeing this rejection on the 1 hour candle to the upside, which is not a good sign at all. Bearish candle as well, okay? This now ended up becoming very bearish all of a sudden. Now, because it became bearish all of a sudden, I'm definitely going to be down in my position here, which I don't mind. Nope, no one's snatching it yet. No one's biting. I don't think it can even get lower, to be honest. Like, it can get a tiny bit lower, but yeah, like, I only keep 10K in my margin account, so I can play up to like 33K or whatever. Even if it goes lower on EOS for my margin position, I'm probably just gonna end up holding it. I don't even think I'll keep to my stop loss, to be honest. I probably won't even stick to it because I'm just gonna buy more. I know it's crazy to say, but I can't help it, guys. I'm such an aggressive trader. Hold on, let me just refresh this page because sometimes it gets stuck here like that. I don't know why. I'm such an aggressive trader that I like to ladder my buys even if it drops down, right? And I'll do stupid things like adjust my risk severely. And when I adjust my risk, I'll end up buying a substantial amount more, just the dollar cost average properly. So yeah. And I just want to warn you guys as well. Please make sure that you guys are really, really watching, okay? That you're really watching for a lot of scammers out there that are using my name. My Bitfinex actually froze. I got to restart it here. So by the way, if you guys don't know, HSBC, they did a live trade using a blockchain. Pretty cool. This was 5 days ago, the news. So if you guys actually follow news, right, we need a lot of adoption like that. Lots of adoption, like companies like HSBC announcing that they're doing something like that. Well, that's pretty big news. Or we need some sort of announcement, such as, Steve Wozniak or whatever. He says blockchain's a good thing. So now, people are eating up my orders a little bit. Still doesn't make me feel good in any way. Like, I'm literally broke even price so far. Yeah, so unfortunately, this trade was kind of a dud, right? I'd say it was a dud, definitely. But let's see if it's even going to go anywhere now. So now it's going to 8.4. I took some of my break-even price already, so it's really going to be not a great trade. But guys, if I only showed you my actual live trades where I'm profiting every single trade, then your expectations will be a perfectionism. Is that a word? Perfectionist? It will be, yeah, is that a word? Who is this? So weird. Pasha D. Lichnikov? Oh, that's Data Dash. I did Google him because he said I saw his Twitter, and his Twitter was he said it was the biggest YouTuber, but I only saw he had like 30K followers on Twitter, and I clicked on his link for YouTube, and I realized it was Data Dash. But anyways, what were we gonna Google again? I completely forgot. Honestly, I completely forgot what I was gonna Google, guys. I apologize. Yeah, so like what I was gonna say was I was gonna Google if perfectionism is a word. Perfectionism. Yeah, it is a word. Sometimes I always say words. I don't know if it's like a real word or not. Like confluency, for example, right? So if we take a look at this live trade example, if I only showed you my trades where I'm profiting all the time, not realistic, guys. Your expectations of me will be perfectionism. That's the truth, right? And I don't want you guys to see me as a perfect trader. I want you guys to realize as well that deep down, guys, we're all human. And because we're all human, we are all naturally going to lose trades. The traders that say they have a 90% win rate, nah, they're done, guys. Just cut them out. Cut them out. No trader in the world has a 90% win rate, okay? Trust me, they don't. Good traders, no matter what, like 70, 80%, 90 is really, really pushing it, okay? Now, I'm sure that my win rate is over 70% for scalping, right? So yeah, but we'll just leave it at that for example, okay? But you guys need to see some of the flaws in trading as well. And you need to acknowledge sometimes when you're wrong. Despite not me not hitting my stop loss, keep in mind that there's many different positions you can take throughout the day. This happens to be a scalp position, okay? A scalp position should have been done already. And because it's actually not done already, then yeah, I don't want to wait, guys. I don't want to wait and hold for this, okay? Because I don't like exposure in the market in general. We see people actually buying now, though, right? We see people buying, and we got to wonder why the heck are people buying all of a sudden now? And the answer is very simple. It's because Bitcoin is going up, guys, right? And now it makes me want to, first of all, the feelings that I'm feeling, right? Because keep in mind, guys, trading is all about emotions, okay? I need to let you guys know that the way I feel right now is that Bitcoin is um Bitcoin is definitely going up right now, right? We can just get a sense of it moving the market up a little bit. And I feel that, hey, maybe I should have regretted or I should regret holding or sorry, closing my position a little bit early. Don't mind, guys. I have company over coming very soon, so I've got to end this video. But I've got yeah, like sorry, don't mind. Hi. Yeah, so it makes me kind of regret taking some of my profit there, right? But at the same time, I can't help but think to myself it was the better choice as well. And it was simply the better choice simply because, um, yeah, it was supposed to be a scalp position and I should have ended it right away. So if you guys notice, it spiked up very, very temporarily and it literally just came right back down. It just doesn't have that momentum for it to come upwards, okay? So because of that, guys, closing my position, getting out of this trade, and this is a really good live example for you guys to see why some trades are not all perfect. So if this was a perfect world and it started getting the traction that I wanted to from the beginning, right? Then definitely I would have stayed in this scalp position, and we actually never even got a decent crossover to the positive side at all here, okay? Not even close. Luna's going crazy because my folks stopped by. So I gotta end this video right now before I head out. Yeah, so I'm simply just gonna close my position right here. Guys, and you guys are gonna see some of the dirty and the gritty sides of trading. This is not an ideal world. This was a trade where I should definitely be sticking to my stop loss, right? Which is 12.75. But because I don't have that general momentum that I would like this to have, right? That means that I'm going to take my literally $10 trade after fees, right? I'm going to take my $10 fee after trading, and I'm just going to say to myself, it didn't have the momentum that I wanted from the beginning. It is going to be a lot better, in my personal opinion, than letting it drop down to my stop loss level, which was at about $12.75. Because if it dropped down to $12.75, then I would actually be out $200. So do I want to be out $200 when I can just close my position to break even if I do not feel that momentum carrying forward already, right? So you have to evaluate it from that perspective all the time, right? So personally myself, if it was going against me very quickly and it hit my stop loss, I'm out. But at the same time, if I didn't buy at the right moment, because keep in mind that our strategy relies on buying on oversold or overbought regions. If they are not in that territory, in that zone already, right, where it should bounce heavily, then there's a likelihood that it may take a longer time. You might be more exposed in the market, which you don't want to be. And of course, you might miss out on other opportunities on other coins. So that's why I will take my $10 profit here in front of you guys. And we're simply just going to leave it at that and say, next trade, guys, next trade. So I hope that despite this, not seeing, you guys might not be seeing me make $200, $300, $400, right? You're still going to get a very valuable lesson out of this as well, because I want you guys to be reminded that we are all human after all. And please make sure that you guys really do understand that there will be some bad trades. Do not have this expectation of being perfect all the time. Accept your failures. This is how we learn. This is a very valuable lesson to me as well, right? I've gone through this many times, hundreds, thousands of times, guys, and I know all about the emotions and the possible choices I can make. But I'm glad that I got to rationalize some of this with you guys as well, right? Because we're getting so much bearish pressure right now to come down because we're trending below the moving averages. So until we actually trend above it, that's when I'm going to believe that the real breakout is going to happen. So we have to reevaluate further. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hope you enjoyed this live trade. Take it easy. How is it going today? So another live trade here that I've entered. It's basically the same coin, EOS, but I decided to short it, okay? I just want to backtrack and say that if I actually held here, I could have actually made a good $200-300 profit because it actually ended up going all the way up to 13 something ranges, right? So I entered a short position a little bit too late, right? I look on the 3 minute time frame or even the 1 minute. Okay, I wanted to give you guys a really detailed count here for Elliott Wave. I look at the 1 minute time frame and I see 5 waves going up. I see 1, 2. I count this as 3 waves to here, 4, and 5. And this is now a wave coming down, right? And I've got my limit only 4 cents below, guys. Like honestly, it's only 4 cents below. It's $60 only. So it's not that low, but you know what? I'm targeting. We'll say roughly the 0.5 Fibonacci level here. And the main reason I genuinely entered it, guys, honestly, the main reason why I entered this particular trade is because I thought that it's now reaching the 5 Elliott waves already, okay? And once it reaches the 5 Elliott waves there already, it's most likely going to come down, guys. Very strong chance for us to actually come down, okay? So if it comes down to even 0.5, that's honestly going to be a really quick $75, okay? Super quick $75. I just feel this momentum for it to come down right now, guys. Like honestly, I just feel it in my bones right now, okay? But we're just going to keep looking at the 1 minute chart too. We see kind of finding support here right around that EMA, but the 6-9 region is actually very misleading right now, okay? It's not at 6-9. I don't even know why this is actually seeing 6-9 on there. Do you guys see that price line? There we go. Now it says 5-9, which is more accurate. So mine's just at 0.26 right there, which is actually not really that low at all in any way. But I do believe it's not going to bounce off of that level. It's more likely to hit one of these support regions right here where it has some sort of activity. And another thing I wanted to mention is, oh, someone slammed the market right there. Okay, did you guys see that? I'm definitely going to move it lower now. Yeah, someone just actually slammed a little bit there, or he removed his order from the book, okay? So I'm going to show you guys a really cool observation that I made here already, right? Just hang on here, hang on. I might have a little bit too much, right? I've got like how big is yeah, guys, my position filled already. That was really quick. That was really quick, right? That was honestly super duper quick. That was a 10-minute trade right here, guys, where I made $85, right, American, which is literally 100 Canadian dollars, which is, to put into perspective, right? That's what people make on a normal day at work here. And I'm not putting anyone down. You guys don't ever take it the wrong way. You always need to know how appreciative you should be for any income that you make in crypto, especially if it's very fast. Now, I used to be one of those people. Guys, I'm 33, right? I used to be one of those people where I worked long days, like very long days, and I put in overtime for companies, guys. Like I used to put in my own time on salary, right, for overtime because I felt that I was doing something good for the company. But I kid you guys not, like it made me realize very quickly that I'm much better than that. And now I'm trying to show you guys how you can make very quick profits in a very short period of time. Here, we just literally saw me make 100 Canadian dollars in 10 minutes, right? And if you guys keep watching these videos, if you guys actually keep studying these procedures that I'm taking as well, there's a very high chance of you guys actually being successful with a trade, right? And over time, you just keep practicing and you guys will get it. Now, I want to make note of something really cool as well. This is another reason why I entered the trade, guys. I just actually didn't bring it up, okay? So let's talk about this right here as well. So one of the reasons why I entered this trade as well is because of this particular reason. Finding lots of confluency, okay? I'm getting very much so close to the top right here, right? I didn't bring this up because I just didn't have time during the spiel, but now that I remember it as well. So I was evaluating even before I started the video.
you guys cannot deny that for a moment, right? You just cannot deny this for a moment of how it's wedging into that particular area, right? And I believe, excuse me, a hiccup there. I believe that Bitcoin is actually going to drop down. And if it does drop down, right, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to see EOS drop down as well. And also because we're hitting some trend lines right now, some trend line resistances, I cannot see it breaking up officially until Bitcoin actually breaks up as well. And I'm still fairly bearish on Bitcoin, right? So because this is reaching more so a symmetric triangle, but despite it being symmetric, because Bitcoin is more bearish right now, I see this hard resistance, this slope trendline resistance right here as a very hard resistance. So anyways, this is going to conclude the video. This particular video was not entered in any way because of RSI. I want to be very clear of that, right? Sometimes RSI is not really the best gauge for me to use. So one of the reasons why I was talking about it as well was because I actually saw a 5-wave count on a very low time frame, right? Not many people can trade on that kind of detail, but I saw a very low number right here, and I actually caught the wick of it. Look at it, guys, right? That's called, honestly, like, it's it all comes down to skill, guys, right? Where you're able to catch the wick right here because you did a very detailed count on Elliott Wave, and also because you did a detailed Fibonacci analysis as well. So just think about this, guys, right? I was talking about this earlier as well. I can't click on. You guys don't even see me on my chart. This is ridiculous. I feel terrible right now that you guys don't even see me in this chart. How long have I been talking in this video for now? I guess it didn't really matter too much, right? This is all dialogue anyways. So anyways, show you guys again really quickly. I entered at 8 o'clock, or sorry, 7 o'clock right there. Closed my position at 7:10. That's a $85 profit, guys, in 10 minutes. Super happy about it. So yeah, I entered it because I was taking Fibonacci here, right? Fibonacci right there, and I was specifically saying that I was targeting the 0.5 level, right? And then we also saw the level 2 order book. I saw that little spike coming down, the tiny little red bar, right? But that was enough of a liquidity, or sorry, of a volume move to just drop the liquidity in the order book. So I could have actually caught the wick end. So yeah, that was a really, really cool trade on my end. I thought it was a good way to make up for my really ridiculous there. In hindsight, if I stated the trade, right, I didn't feel it at that time, to be quite honest, that it was going to bounce off of there and go up because I felt the pressure to come down. And Bitcoin looked like it was really going to come down. And I still believe it is. But of course, EOS tends to rally very differently than Bitcoin, right? I think I made the right choice to cut my losses. But of course, different traders would stick to their stop loss, right? They'd stick to their stop loss just in case, because that's what our setups are for. But the way that I approach risk can be very different than other people as well, right? So it all depends on my scalping strategy. Now, if that was an actual day trading strategy where I would hold it for up to, a few hours, say, or a swing position where I would hold it for up to a few days or even a week, yeah, my stop loss would be implemented and held very strong. Got to have that strong discipline and mental game. But because I'm scalping, right? I try to break even as much as possible if it's not going to go my way right away, right? So scalping relies on literally catching the top and catching the bottom. So you got to go for those tiny, tiny, minuscule gains. So anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed this live trade video and you guys are going to get a lot more. So stay tuned. Thanks. Bye. All right, guys, how is it going? Let's back to some more live trading. So what we see here, guys, is, hold on, let me just open this window here to make sure that I'm actually recording, just to make sure you guys are all here as well. Okay, so back to some more live trading. I'm entering a position right now in front of you guys. I literally just entered and saved the last bit here for you guys. I entered in a short position right here. I actually completely forgot to tell the public that there was most likely going to be a breakout. I even drew the triangle and everything, but I got very distracted with that potential bug, right? So I drew the triangle and even made a quick lesson video and was going to tell everybody that there's a good chance for a breakout. So that's why I actually shorted it, because I literally caught the top, right? And I saw this part right here. Okay, guys, this is the part that caught my attention the most. And please make sure you guys understand this, that this is a bearish type of flag that's going to kind of form, I think, right? And most likely a bearish type of flag. So it's a very, very short-term target, guys. I'm guessing it's going to hit about 48 or something like that. And that's it, guys. Yeah, 48. I'm going to add more to my position, okay? As soon as people start to chip at the 55. Oh, they already did.
But that's okay though. I'm not going to add more to my position actually. I'm happy right now. They were starting to chip at it. There was a small little wick here that went down like that, as you guys noticed it, right? Now the wall is actually down over here now at 5.2 range. So I might definitely be tempted to add more. I do not see any signs of this actually leveling out yet whatsoever, guys. Like there's none whatsoever, except for a rejection at the 21 EMA, which is kind of nothing to me. Um, so what I'm seeing here, if you guys notice, is we see a gigantic green candle, right? This would have been perfect for that breakout strategy that we've been talking about for a while now. Then if you guys notice here, there's one beautiful wave up, and now there's a third wave up right there, right? One, two, three. And what we're seeing is that it's definitely in correction type of mode right now, just based on the candles. Do you guys see the sell pressure coming down? Okay, this is not rejection candles, okay? Rejection candles are great to see on the downside, but when you actually start to see selling pressure and wicks that are coming down, when you're actually reaching the very high, okay, when you're at the very high part and you're looking for signs of reversal, this is kind of a clear sign right here, right? You're also starting to see that downtick on the histogram, which can be a very good confirmation for where this actually starts to go down. 50-minute chart, guys, also tells a great story, right? 50-minute chart completely says we're going down as well. Just take a look at it, guys, right? The MACD started to cross over. It went down. Now, don't get me wrong. We may never, ever cross over to the negative side, but there's a possibility of it happening, and I always take advantage of these volatilities just to make sure, right? So I'm just going to put my order here at 999.99 or something like that, and I'll put mine at, say, 13.48 or something like that. It's a super quick scalp. Oops. 13.48, like that. Perfect. So I'll buy into my position here. And another thing that I want to make note of is this right here. Okay, guys? This point right here, even before it formed, this particular point right there, and specifically these points right here on the candle, okay? Right there. It never stays in drawing mode. It's so irritating, guys. Oh wow, it wasn't but drawing mode, but it just didn't work. And here, and now we're getting a left arrow instead of getting an up arrow. That's funny. We're getting it up there and right. Actually, right here specifically, okay? And right there. And we'll see around and around here, okay? Despite us getting a higher high, this right here actually got a lower low, right? On the candle. Higher high candle, but lower low, which clearly indicates right there that we broke the resistance and it was actually going to downtrend. Yeah, so am I worried about it dropping? Nah, I'm not worried at all, guys. Really, I'm not worried at all because I'm so confident with it dropping right here that that's why I entered the trade, right? I just waited for it to form a little bit first before entering the trade. So I was watching it for a little while. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fib retracement, okay? Take my fib extension tool as always, and I'm going to see what kind of reasonable fib levels. And 13.45 is honestly one of the best levels that you can wish for. So yeah, super easy trades. If you take your fib extension right here, wow, that hit a 261.8 extension on the nose. So is it realistic right now that we actually end up downtrending? Okay, we end up downtrending all the way to this right here, right? To the 3-2 Fibonacci dead cat bounce kind of level, right? Definitely possible. So I call the 382 a dead cat bounce regardless of if it's an uptrend or a downtrend. That's just me. It's kind of like a nickname that I've coined for it. Not coined, but a nickname that I kind of give to it that can. It's kind of like when I say overbought, right? It all depends on the context. When I say overbought, it could mean when I'm in the oversold region or over the bought or in the overbought region rather. Or when I say oversold as well, the same thing to me, guys. It all depends on the context, okay? I really do mean 30 or 70 RSI. It really depends on the context. So it says I'm up like $19, but that's taking into account zero point 0.2 fees, right? If you take 0.2 of 14,000, we'll say, that's about $28, right? Or $30, which is rounded up to. And that's pretty much what that is, right? 30 plus 20 right there is $50, which is actually what I should be at if you account into zero fees. But I think I've got like a tiny fee now of 0.1 maybe. There's really not that much. So this guy's still at the 15.2 range, right? No one could really shatter it yet. Let's see how low this is going to get. So the RSI support is actually right over here, okay, about the 40 range right here, according to Constance Brown's RSI rule. So make sure you guys are definitely following up on that. That the Brown RSI rule that we mentioned in lesson number, I think it was 14. We were talking about how to identify overbought and oversold regions, right? And also added Constance Brown theory to it as well, where we were mentioning that above 30. I guess more so we're just redefining different zones. So I'll get back to this trade, guys, when there's more of an update. I'll be back soon. All right, it started chipping away at my wall here. It looks like we're just about to close my position. Looking very good so far. It'll be a very, very easy $120 profit right here, okay, for a super quick gain. We're just chipping away the 13.47, which actually had about 30,000 of a wall there, but it's really no wall holding it up right now, guys. So there's just so much pressure for it to come down that it just does not look like it wants to stay up there at all in any way. So 14.7 is just about to finish. But what we actually noticed instead is there's a hidden wall, okay, that we always have to be cautious of that. Last 59. If this last 59 disappears, there we go. I'm literally just right around the corner, right here, okay. It's a really good opportunity. You guys want to see a bug? Okay, you guys want to see a really funny bug? You can't click on here. I'm left clicking it very hard on any of it, but you can click on all of these, right? That's fine. The only time you could actually click on this is when you're scrolled up all the way to the top. Now they work fine. Scroll down just a hair. Works. Scroll down more. Does not work, right? So here we go, guys. I'm now in line. Thank you very much. My position has just filled in front of you guys. This was a short position. The reason I entered the short position was simple, right? Is because I explained all at the beginning already about all those signs of bearishness, right? But it's pretty much this one right there that gave it away on the 5-minute chart, okay? Right here. This one right here made this particular low, but this one right here actually, right, it got a higher, this one right here ended up getting a lower low, right? Because it got the lower low, but a higher candle price action, very, very indicative, in my personal opinion, that I could have taken a short position, right? And that's exactly what I did. So what I always do is I target the 382 Fibonacci extension. Yeah, and that's it. So I'll be back with more live trades. Hope you guys are enjoying them so far. Okay, so I've entered a live trade right now, all right? So I'm going to talk about why I entered this live trade, and we're going to get into a lot of the details, okay? So first of all, now that you guys have an idea of how everything is formulating, right, or how everything is piecing together, the reason I entered this trade was because even on any time frame, whether it's a 1 hour or a 30-minute chart, what we're seeing is a lot of trend lines, right? Now, I personally believe trend lines it's a good thing, okay? It's a good thing because they can formulate patterns. And if they formulate patterns, right, you can get a really good idea of where this could target. So I'm going to be targeting, I might even take my profit now and just ladder it or whatever. We'll see exactly how this goes first, all right? It might not even hold here. But my personal target was roughly around here. I entered near the bottom. Okay, I'm going to target around right here, actually, $11.63. And I've got my stop loss at about 3%, okay? 3%. Actually, I might even go to break-even price now. So my risk-to-reward ratio, I'm only going to set it for about a 1% loss, okay? Only 1% loss right there. So I've got a risk-to-reward ratio now of about 7.0. And why did I enter this trade, guys? I entered this trade because of the 1 hour RSI, actually, okay? I entered it because I started drawing these lines like this. All right. And I see it kind of poking out or wanting to poke out of there. And I realize, all right, this is most likely going to end up bullishly diverging very soon, in my opinion. So, and not only that, like we take a look at here as well, right? Whoops. Take a look at this as well. Even though this is getting a series of lower lows, right? We're seeing it bullishly diverge now finally on the on here, okay? Let's just say we're on the 30-minute chart as well. Let me just draw this out here for you guys, right? Like we still have a ways to go before we hit any type of RSI resistances.
But yeah, I mean, we get these trend lines that are forming in here, right? So it's just very clear to me that we're most likely going to end up hitting this particular target over here. We look on a 5-minute chart as well, or 15-minute chart as well. We do see bullishly diverging, right? It's getting a higher low, higher low, higher low every time, which is a very, very good sign in my opinion. And it's just a matter of time until we reach some targets, I believe. So I will keep you guys updated with my position very, very soon. I'm up about $97 right now. I could have taken like $180 profit already, but of course I want to get a bigger profit. So I'll keep you guys up to date and tuned very soon. All right, guys, we're following this trade of mine that I've been in for a little bit now. So we're seeing a lot of spikes, guys. Tons and tons of spikes, as you guys can see over here, right? For EOS. We saw someone spike up the price to actually 94 already, which was pretty awesome. See, check this out right here. Someone literally spiked it up to 94 just now. I could have been on a very, very big profit already here for my day trading position. So once again, I entered this position because of this, right? I'm seeing it, let's go to 1 hour chart here instead. I'm seeing a lot of support over here, guys, like tons of support, right? Tons of support. I don't know what more of a reason I can give people to enter a trade right here. It's almost a guaranteed trade in my opinion. It just seems like they really want to drive the market up, Seems like the market just wants to be really driven up right here. And I'm seeing this as a possible wedge that's forming, right? As a possible wedge. So I'm seeing it inching closer and closer to these particular regions over here. So I'll give you guys more of a follow-up very soon. So the position is actually looking really good, guys. It's starting to really uptick right now, as you guys notice, right? I'm about $140 up. This doesn't quite reflect properly yet. So once again, I entered this trade because I was seeing bullish signs of divergence, guys, right? We look on the 15-minute chart especially as well. I entered it because I'm seeing this massive bullish sign of divergence. I'm seeing the histogram not tick nearly as much to the negative side. I'm seeing that looks like there's going to be a good bull run, especially with some of the fundamental news that's actually playing a part of this right now. So some of the fundamental news that's playing a part of this is that the EOS IO launch is going to be happening in just a few short days, and also we've got the what do you call it? The EOS mainnet release as well. That's going to be happening very soon. So if you guys notice the math, well, 90 cents minus 75 cents is about 15 up. So 15 cents times 1,000 coins at $13,000 position that's about $150 up, right? Taking fees aside. But my fees are relatively small. So I'm smaller than the average person because of my 24-hour volume traded as well, right? So yeah. So now we're definitely upticking, as you guys have noticed. People are interested in purchasing it right now. I think we're at 905 ranges, 907 ranges. I'm going to close my position at about 1295, right? 12958, just a little bit higher than there. As if I close my position there, I'm going to make a $200 profit, and I'll be happy with my position size, like my profit there at about right around here. That'll be a good 1.5% profit there on my position, and I target anywhere between 1.5 to 1.5 to about 3%, maybe 4% at most. I was going to ride it to 1363, but that's just not me, guys. Like, I don't want to take a swing position for this, right? So I'll be back when there's more of an update for this position. All right, so it looks like my position is literally about to close very soon, right? I actually see myself on the page here now, and it just looks like it's about to really rally here, right? We just see a lot of people buying up right now. They're buying up, they're buying up. This guy at 915 was definitely driving up the price for a little bit, if you guys saw there. We saw this really large wick right there, okay? There's a really large wick that almost closed my position, actually, but it didn't quite close my position. A guy just spiked up the price right there, right? He got it to, the high was 955, mine was 959, right? So let's see if I'm actually going to take my profit right here or not. Let's just keep waiting here in front of you guys and see how this is actually going to go. So, yeah. Let's just take a look at the level 2 order book and just see how this is actually going to play out. Here's at 901. Like, not that many people are selling right now. Like, I should honestly be holding this for a very long time because I believe that the mainnet releases very soon, and there's going to be some astronomical numbers that this is going to hit, guys. I mean, look how high we're getting already. Like, this is pretty cool in my opinion. How I think this is going to rally pretty hard right now. So 955, you know, if I just put it literally like a penny lower, I would have closed my position right there, right? That would have been kind of cool. So we're seeing kind of like an ascending triangle form right now, okay? I know it's very difficult to assume that this is even an ascending triangle, but if you just look at it like that, right? And say we do it from the lower spectrum here as well, it's definitely looked like it's gonna break up, guys. Like it's gonna break up in my opinion. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It just looks like there's simply just too much momentum carried over to go upwards. If you guys look at the histogram ticking upwards as well, beautiful. It's getting a series of higher highs on the histogram tick there already as well. If you look on the 1 hour chart, especially, the 1 hour chart is doing exactly what we were talking about in all of my RSI videos, right? A series of a lower low right there, but a series of a higher low on the RSI already right there, right? Notice how it's ticking upwards already. Okay, it's ticking very heavily upwards to the positive side on the histogram. So I cannot help but believe that we're definitely going to be closing my position for a quick $200 gain in just a few seconds, maybe a minute or two, right? Here's at 918, 917. People are starting to slowly buy this up right now, as you guys can see. Okay, it's going to break upwards, I believe, very soon, guys. It's just a minutes, not even, okay? And yeah, and this really does look like an ascending triangle, doesn't it, guys? Right? Right there. It's hard to not see it like this at all. So yeah, like it's really easy to look for setups, guys. I do it so often. I kid you not that I do it honestly so often where I'm just hunting for setups throughout the day that it becomes easy once you do it enough, you know? It becomes really easy once you do it enough. And it's the same thing, just over and over and over and over again, where you're just looking for these specific setups, you're looking for these specific plays, and just eventually you'll find them, right? You find enough high probability setups, and this was a really high probability setup. We're reaching like a peak at the RSI that it just simply cannot break. But if you guys also notice over here, like despite this being a, you know, kind of a resistance area right here, take a look, okay? Right there. If you guys notice clearly, it's going to make some sort of pattern like that as well. So it's really difficult to believe that it's actually going to go down. I just think it's going to spike up in just a matter of seconds, and we're just going to make ourselves a really easy profit here, guys. Yeah, I mean, I'm not far off at all, right? I'm literally on the screen right now. I might just go up like another penny or something, like 6.2. Yeah, it's not much at all. Yeah, I'll be back when there's more of an update. It might actually close my position already, but I don't want to sit here for too long and just stare at it right before. I've got a lot of other stuff to do as well during the day, so I'll be back soon. All right, guys, so here we go. My position actually closed. I was going to ride it a lot higher, but I was actually hanging with my dog as well, okay? And I was going to adjust. I said to myself, okay, I'm just going to ride it to $12.63, which is roughly where my target was, right? But just didn't work out, guys. And I closed my position accidentally a little bit too early. It actually spiked up to about 1306, which is a really good number. On the 1 minute chart, it probably spiked up really high. Check that out, okay, guys? That spiked out really high right there, okay? There we go. We completely broke above the 55 EMA there. Awesome. So once again, guys, I entered this trade because of bullish diverging, right? Right here. Bullish diverging RSI right there. Very clear. Bullishly diverging RSI. And this will actually be the very last video that I'm going to make. I think 16 videos is a lot. And the last lesson number 17 video, okay, there's actually been, it's actually over 2.5 hours already. So it's a pretty long video for you guys. Lots of trades. There's 16 live trade examples. And I think these were actually 16 back-to-back trades that I pretty much took for this particular video series. And I think I'm up, geez, I might even be up like $2,000 over 16 trades. And in the 16 trades, if you guys remember all of them, I actually only broke even in one trade, and I actually took no losses at all, guys. It's hard to believe that I didn't take a loss, but yeah, if there was a loss, I would have gladly showed you guys it, but unfortunately, there wasn't one whatsoever. So yeah, this will conclude this particular video, and I'll have one more video to make after this for lesson number 18. So be sure to, not lesson number 18, but it's just a very final video to thank you guys for completing the course, and we're just going to do a very quick review as well of everything that we've learned. So guys, make sure that you're reviewing this specific lessons number 17 video. It is by far the most crucial video for you to review because it includes my specific strategy. The simplest strategy is easy. On any time frame, specifically the 5 and the 15, look for series of bullish diverging on the RSI where you're getting a higher low, and look for a series of bullish diverging where you're looking at the price action, and the price action is actually getting a lower low, okay? Lower low on the candle, but a higher low on the RSI where it starts to bullishly diverge. That is literally the main strategy. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in to lesson number 17 that covered my specific strategy that I've used for about 3 years now altogether. And now it's gotten to the point where I'm able to show a lot of people these trades of mine as well. And I've got no doubt in my mind that you guys are going to be successful as well if you have completed all 17 lessons and have put in a tremendous amount of effort. Because we have to understand that nothing comes for free, guys. Everything is going to be a lot of hard work, and I need you guys to completely understand that the work that you put in will be directly proportional to your success. So if you are a slacker, if you don't believe in hard work, if you think that crypto is easy and learning how to trade is going to be easy, I assure you that the other 999 people of the 1,000 will firmly believe the complete opposite, and they're going to put in a lot more hard work than you. So please don't ever give up, and always focus on making sure that you're studying every single day, guys, because hard work will excel you to the level that you want to be at. So thank you very much for tuning in for lesson number 17, and I will see you for my final video to thank everybody for completing this class. And I would like to do a formal review of everything that we've learned, just to generally talk about it as well. So have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you guys soon.